Since I met Marvin at the Capitol, every time Marvin came to my office, he always wanted something for his people in District 3. I don't remember us discussing anything beyond District 3. So when we formed the CMC, it was a very easy decision to target the most important politician besides the former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, who we recognize as a political leader of Bonka. And we know she's not here today, but as opposition party, we know she's with us in spirit. And recognizing Marvin as the most important current government official in Bon County, and I say that without any fear or favor. I know he cares for the people. And you have shown care for him today. I was not expecting this. When I left Nimba County this morning, the plan was we were going to come under that hut and Marvin will announce his membership to CMC, and then we'll put it on Facebook, and that will be it. Look at what you have done. Look at what you have done. Look at behind us. Look at all the people that came here. I want to tell you thank you. For me, I'm not saying a lot today, but you will see a lot from today.
Which he has now made, and to me now, to everything, and maybe the whole 22 million Liberians now here protected me, and my name is Intel. So it is only the vindication through court. I will compare Mr. Wilson to say something and repent so that the public knows that the journalists or the commentators on social media have a responsibility to truth in our democracy. We want to fight corruption, we want to transform the country, but we should do so honestly. We cannot destroy other people in our process. Alright? The falsification that goes on spoon has to be challenged. Just the other night, the man played my Amuto Ken song. Oh, Amuto Ken, oh. He's playing the Amuto Ken song and saying that song was because of President Weah's visit to President Biden. Oh, I sang that song when Liberia passed the MCC scorecard. That's why I sang that song. I said we qualify. The 500 million that should have come to this country, I was celebrating for my country. That this government was inheriting. That eventually it may happen 4 or 5 years from now. It was that song. So when you hear that song in the political spoon plays it, link it with the 500 million that will come at some point in the future. That's the celebration I was doing. We mischaracterized that and put it in the form of. So it's a propaganda outfit. It's unfair. They do valuable work. Many of the panelists, I have friends on the show, I think they will morally do the public right if they have to objectively raise the standard of their truth telling. If they're not sure about something, then they need to verify before bringing it out. So when we go to court, my lawyers have told me, I think my case will meet the strongest test of libel. So we're going to fight that legal battle with Mr. Witherspoon. It's not this, I'm not attacking the spoon now, I'm attacking Mr. Witherspoon. He has an agenda personally for 4 years, consistently impeding my reputation in the public when he has no basis for doing so. Thank you. I'll take your questions.
So at this time, Congress, the questions and answers people will be very, very, very rigid. Call your names of the institutions that you're representing, call your name as well, and then go straight to what has been read and said here. Anything outside of that? Yeah, the first question. Yeah, please, you are only asked, you are allowed to ask a question, just a question. Because of time, the number of people here will
okay. Yeah.
Yes, bro.
I'm Obadiah Johnson. I report for Front Page Africa newspaper. Good afternoon, Mr. Tuan. You served as Liberia's finance minister at the time the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank respectfully contributed the amount of $25 million and $5 million each to Liberia and its citizens for COVID-19 stimulus package. don't you think it's prudent enough that you submit yourself to any pending investigation, since in fact you actually headed the country's finance ministry at the time? And what do you think your name is actually linked or implicated in? What do you think? Do you think it's prudent that you submit instead of crying wolf at this time? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Honorable my name is Matthias Labindi. I'm from Sky Communications, Nigeria.
We'll close the first chapter and then. Thank you. This is a very good question. That's why I'm here. Would you submit yourself to, listen, I'm a patriotic, law-abiding citizen. I will submit myself to any investigation, legitimate or bogus. Let's get it clear. Any legitimate or bogus investigation I respond, because as a citizen, you have to respect the authority. If the police came for you, you can't put water in the face and slap them, even if I did what. I could be sleeping in my house and police say I didn't sleep in my house, I did something that they come for me, I will go to the station. That's not the question. So, I'm just giving the public that there is no basis for involving someone for anything like this. So let's say the government has seen the 25 million report, which I share with you, for the money we give them. And let's say people in the government are not satisfied. Who do you think is the first person that you want to contact? You have to contact the World Food Program, because one of the reasons why we gave the money to the World Food Program was that we did not want another situation where we would politicize it. If we want to politicize it, let's go and politicize it with the World Food Program. Because the World Food Program will receive that money. No Liberian official has access to World Food Program's bank accounts. They control the expenditure. There was a National Steering Committee chaired by Minister Wilson Tape. I was on the Minister of Agriculture on there. They were just administering steering things. They were not involving operational matters. So we're receiving all of these reports. The purchasing of rice, the distribution of rice were left solely with the World Food Program, because they have the global expertise and the experience to do that work. So if there is a problem with the spent portion, there are two portions now. Spent nearly 28 million. We have a problem with the 28 million that was spent by the World Food Program. There is prudent that the government investigate. But as I know right now, there is no asset to recover on the 30 million, because the World Food Program has reported that it spent every dime legitimately, has given a report to the government. The government has not challenged that report, except it is trying to do so. But if it's trying to do so and launch an investigation, the investigation will begin with the World Food Program. If you ask me in that investigation, Mr. Troy, what do you know about the 25 million? This is what I'm saying now to the public. I know that we agree with the IMF that I will put the money in the World Food Program account. The 5 million will come from the World Bank. We don't control World Bank finance. The ministers of finance don't control monies that leave World Bank account. World Bank project money goes directly from World Bank to directly from World Bank to the World Food Program, and it goes from the World Bank to other recipients of World Bank money. We don't sign on those. There is a framework at the Ministry of Finance, but the ministers are not involved in that distribution. So that's what I can say on the 25, and broadly on the 5. But there is an unspent portion. Maybe there was this rumor, and I'm telling you, somebody even told me that maybe I received this $2 million and gave World Food Program 300,000 of it. So those are the rumors that are circulating. Or maybe the man received the 2 million anyway and he grabbed World Food Program with 300 million. So the person who asked the question, why, and I will link that question, why is World Food Program silent? I think that's the best question here for the day. That's the best question. Why is the World Food Program silent? The World Food Program should issue a statement. The public is not informed about, maybe they're going to issue a statement because I've had the press conference. That's why I came here. And so this whole thing is dead because the World Food Program is now going to take ownership. Wait, listen. Are you saying that we stole the 28 million? Is the government trying to attack us? Is the asset recovery team trying to impugn our reputation? That's for World Food Program and asset recovery. Now, I don't, this is, listen, let's be careful. I have not been invited by the government. Let's be clear. The government has not written me. The government has not contacted me. I have heard this through Stanton Witherspoon. So let's be clear. I am not accusing the government. Through Stanton Witherspoon, I heard I will be arrested it will be up to Mr. Witherspoon, who told him that Samuel Toy was on an investigation and will be arrested. That's where he will explain that in court, and he will meet his sources. But I don't think I have a force with the government now, because no letter has been written me. Maybe the government knows why. But why all of that? People are speculating on this and destroying my reputation. My sister and family people are calling me. So this is why I have to put stop to this. Yeah. And the other question was, do you trust the court system? Let me say you one thing. If you ask me this question before our war, I'll tell you no. Because we had a Liberia where we had a country governed by men, the will of men. We never had a democracy. There was no auditing, or auditing was manipulated by the government. Anyway, there was no accountability, there was no transparency before the war. If you ask me the question, I would say no. If you ask me the question now, since Madam Salif, not sure our democracy took it to a level, Dr. George Manawia took it to a new zenith. Those two presidents combined protected the rule of law and nurtured our democracy, such that I believe that I'm not afraid of the imperial presidency, because what judges and courts have seen, we have a democracy where even the judge has an independence that is unprecedented in this country, and the president can do nothing about that. In the 1980s and 1970s, maybe President Tauber will call you and put you in jail. President Doe will send for the judge and say, you do that, I will go kill you. Today, no president can harass any judge. Judges are at the crucible of our transformation today. And so I trust the judicial system because of this fact. Had I not trusted the judicial system, I would not have come from Ivory Coast to face trial. Because I believe, you know what made me brave? To walk knowing people wanted to arrest me? Is the fact that I believe the rule of law is prevailing. And that while there were those who wanted to arrest me, there were equally those in the Unity Party who knew that an arrest of me would be unjust. And so there would be some tension. That tension would never exist in the 1980s before the war. And so I said, I'm coming under the jurisdiction of the court. I'm not fleeing justice. I'm coming for justice. You cannot be arresting me when I come for justice. And so on the basis of that, on the basis of my trust of the judicial system, I entered the country and I went and submitted myself to criminal code C, and I remain under the judiciary. If any government official, if this government wants to manufacture any bogus charge and believe that they just want to arrest me, maybe what I need to do is just buy one hanger and just come here. Today I should just put a hanger on me, let them get that picture, put it on the internet, and let it submit to it, because maybe that's what they want. So just put me in hanger and say, we'll carry you in jail. They are liberty to do so. I'm not afraid of going to jail. I'm afraid of going to jail for the wrong reason. I will leverage my ability to go to jail anytime for the right reason. If you lie on me and I prove and the public believe, I will sleep in jail. So I'm not afraid of jail. So I trust the judicial system. That's your question. That's your answer. Why government wish something? Well, I mean, that's the same thing we're talking about. I mean, but President William took office, one of the things people say, but the country is fragile. The challenges of the Liberian people are massive. This government can solve the challenge of the Liberian people. Nobody, I'm not lying to you. One of the things we need to do in our politics now is to say, listen, let's be honest and let's level with the Liberian people. What problems are we able to solve and what problems are we not able to solve? Amos Tuba called me earlier, they said, G12, why are we having debates about, why is our debate about salary payment? I find it troubling, G12. Most of the discussion are about trivial things in the country. I say the reason that is because politicians do not want to be honest with the Liberian people. So when government salary delay 5 days, we politicize it just to say, look, salary will delay because of many different reasons. Revenue is not in the government account. But when we politicize all these things to move one party from power, the party that left from power will politicize the same thing. We are fighting over road. This government, our government, secure all financing of all road networks in the country, major road network. Let me tell you. I signed on the president. We are a 10-year electricity financing. 10 years for the World Bank. So that means, forget about President Bwaka. The financing for the president who will be elected 2029, I signed it. It's a 10-year financing. I signed the administration person we are. So that guaranteed 10 years of financing. So 6 years, 10 minus 6 are how many years? So the next president will enjoy 4 years. So don't worry about this rescue. The next president will think President we are. If President we are will think himself. The point I'm making is that let's leave the trivial politics. The fundamental questions that Liberians want now is that Liberians, why we don't have jobs. Liberians, why our budget is 650 million and it's not 1 billion. Sierra Leone budget is 1.5 billion. Cote d'Ivoire budget is 27 billion. Ghana budget is 20 billion. Why is it that Liberia's budget just hangs around 600? And let me tell you that when we say 800 million, the partners bringing 150 there. Your raw domestic, the money yourself bringing here, that's 650, 675. That's it. That's the problem. So if every politician will be fighting in this, so listen, don't listen to Senator Duncan. The senator in Southern County, he's raising an interesting debate in the country that we all need to pivot to. He's saying, if we hunker down 600, the government's salary right now, the government's wage bill right now is...
Martin Kool told me that one of the most embarrassing problems in Bon County, and the deal I made with him, that was a condition, is the bridge connecting Beauvais and Brooklyn community. And I promised Marvin that within 1 month we'll start building that bridge right away. We are not, Marvin is above, and I want District 3 to please understand their part. This man is above and beyond District 3. This is the face of Bon County.
Actually, the process goes to be over the civil government. So I'm encouraging all my colleagues who are complete super complete by the president. They should also, do it. Go through the process. It doesn't hurt. If you want to do anything, you have professional certificates. It's also good to put them because it's understanding that you said in some of the templates on all of the diplomats, and usually they scan because they have a software that can just come back to them and tell them whether or not it was falsified or forged, and that's what they're going to be doing. So I just want to use this opportunity to encourage everybody. No fears, nothing harmful. This is just in the interest of our country, making sure that we can do the public service with professional people who are qualified to need the service. And then that's how people build their countries. They don't dump incompetent people in their civil service or public service. They actually hire the best minds, the best brains, the best technicians. The civil service is for technicians. And that's why, if you follow me, I have emphasized that we need to work together to stimulate job creation in the private sector so that we make it attractive to Liberians and provide those jobs for them and keep the civil service, the public service sacred. We keep it for professionals who will help the government to live effectively and efficiently in the interest of the people. So there are, it said there are categories. There are those who fall in the warning category. There are those who fall in the suspension category. And there are those who fall in the dismissal category. The rules are very clear about those categories. 14 plus, they have to be dismissed because that's what the rule says. If you see that they are captured in the report, then it means that the team was able to verify sufficiently that some of these people don't even work anymore for the entity. The names are only there and they are benefiting from salaries. So
the government wage bill is exploding beyond almost $340 million in the government. When you take $350 million from 600, what is left there? The debt you owing all the international people plus domestic CBL debt. I may get wait. In fact, let me tell you about CBL. CBL get wait. As soon as your money can, whether you get negative, can CBL take it. When you only go there because so CBL will ask Minister of Finance whether to take the money because in agreement with the IMF, all money will owe to the bank. We have to be paid on time. There's no delay. So you pay the CBL, you pay your debt, you pay the World Bank. You need around 125 million every year for that. Okay, you're talking about 675. Then the government running itself, you need what? If you get the government 100 million, the government will bring that because 100 million is small to run the government. So what are you doing? You only start talking about electricity, roads here. What you do? So everybody killing themselves around the 650 million, and we think we're doing something here. The president should reach out to the former president and say, "My man, listen, I know we have a spy, but I'm maybe he's leading that direction because I see him going towards the reconciliation of the past. Maybe he will come to the reconciliation of the present. So it's a phase process." Yeah, no. So you don't rush the old man. He's dealing with the past, and he's right. Let's deal with trouble. These are overhanging issues. He's saying, he's sitting now with me. Everybody here, we deal with the reconciliation. And reconciling him means when people do wrong, you shouldn't go after them. No. It said, my man, under your government, you did it wrong. I will prosecute it. But my man, you did this good on the government. Let's continue to move the country forward. Let's forget our past. Let's forget our bitterness. You were president, I'm president. So maybe the president has an agenda for the now. But I will not speak for him. But that politics of witch hunt is not going to get the country anywhere. Because what Liberians have seen, let me tell you, one of the reasons why we lost this election is there were Liberians there's a fraction of Liberians. I mean, 17,000 separating the two parties is exactly, you can see that the country is split evenly. But the stubborn Liberians who were made to believe and lied to that we took NGO jobs away, that it was because of President Weir that the economy was declining. I don't care you gave them $50 million. They wanted this experiment to see what would happen after if George Weah were not president. They made a difference for the Unity Party. They are the most frustrated and the most disappointed now because they know deception took them away from the reality. So that is what we have to deal with now. So next set of questions.
Thank you. At this time, comrades, before the next set of questions, permit me quickly to recognize the global chairman.
Yeah.
Manda!
Where to?
Manda!
Where to?
Manda!
Where to?
National chairman.
What does Usuru say? Yo!
Chairman, what party?
The party live with easy. Yo!
Thank you. So, we are pleased to announce the
pleasant good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. And many thanks for joining us again on this wonderful Tuesday morning. Happens to be the 8th day in the month of July. And the year stands at 2025. Pleasant way to say. Welcome to your breakfast info companion program, the morning ride. And we're sitting back here again on this wet day. But it's good to be here as usual to walk the walk and talk the talk. And as usual, I have to shift the paradigm about the markers. This is the platforms that afford you the opportunity to speak your minds on critical national and global issues. That's where all of the information will be brought to you at your doorsteps, your business center, your dinner, your dining, supper, lunch tables at any time of the day. Once you follow us on Kool 91.9 Kool Radio Online, Kate News, as well as our YouTube channel, jump to you are certainly going to get all of the information on trending national issues in Liberia. I'm with you folks this morning, Ambassador Vaz alongside Sakano behind the camera this morning, producing all of the videos and sounds. But it's good to have you joining us on this day again. Welcome, folks, to all of you to this edition of the Morning Ride. Yeah, you know, folks, our president is among 4 other African heads of state that are currently in Washington upon the invitation of the U.S. government, specifically the president of the United States, for African Leaders Summit, where business will be had on the demonstrating types with some of this country. So our president is there alongside the president of Senegal. We got the president of Gabon, the president of Mauritania, Guinea-Bissau, you know. So these are leaders who are there, the president of Gabon, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Mauritania, and Senegal. These are people who are representing their countries. That summit in the United States. So Liberians are having mixed view back home. You know, white folks are welcoming such invitation that others have said potentially as a milestone that once we can make our case properly with the right people, with the right minds, we could be benefiting all. This would just be another invitation that could just bring photos back home. But there are folks of the conviction that giving the father, this president, understands government and governance, knows how to present the case of Africa or this republic, and knowing the relationship from Liberia to that of the United States, we could be reaping something and strengthening our tie with the United States. Or we could just go for the pageantry, and that they will be told that, you know, the president of the Republic of Liberia went to the United States, and seeing this as a contest, you know, where we saw leaders who attended some global event, but yet we didn't have the dividend in return, but rather we saw photos. Just in recent past, the CC-led government, because this is the analysis people are making right now. And I want people to stay relaxed and we'll all do the analysis together. Where you saw former President George Weah, former President Joe Biden, you know, popping champagne together. Photos were all on the social media, went viral, and all of these things have been said. You know, and all of these things. And people celebrated, oh, yes, the Megan with America. Yes, it, you know. Those were some of the arguments. But at the end of the day, all of what was being said died down. And Liberians were waiting to hear what the country was actually going to benefit in return. So we left like that. But the president and his entourage, they are currently in the United States. And folks are not asking, what sort of case will Liberia be presenting to the United States of America? President Booker is in the United States along with other African heads of states, and not on a private visit, but an official visit to the United States upon the invitation from the United States government, specifically the President of the United States or other colleagues from the continent. And he's there with a team Minister of Foreign Affairs, along with the President, other dignitaries are also there, making sure that some of the things, national security advisor and all of these things. And like we said before, and I think that the President trying to show some sign as a listening president, because we were asking, or we were saying, that it is time that the President cut his delegation when he's traveling. That he travel with people who will make significant impact, people who will be impactful in whatever way. So if the President, National Security Advisor with the President knowing the security condition, the Minister of Commerce, or the Ambassador on trade or whatever, Liberia case, it should not be a competition that, look, because what we are seeing from the social media and whatsoever, you find people who support the Unity Party and people who support the former regime. It's about folks from the Unity Party saying, LC, yo, yeah, you got invitation to ever go, you know. But we are asking ourselves, at the end of the day, it might not just be immediate that because the President has traveled to the United States and will meet President Trump, meaning that right away he comes back to Liberia with a plane or bags or suitcases filled with money. But what sort of discussion? What are we expected to get? To hear? What sort of opportunity? What case are we going to make? It's not just meeting only with the President of the United States. There are other dignitaries. And don't forget, the President will be with other leaders from Africa. And you could still sit with them and make a case. Gabon is one country on the continent with a huge deposit of oil and a very good economy as well. Mauritania, a nice country where tourism is very high. Getting beside Senegal, while we are having discussion with the US, our ministers, our ambassadors, and other folks who also be on the side talking with other dignitaries who have traveled with these leaders and make Liberia case. Because we play politics with almost everything in this country. And the Unity Party folks want to show that, look, in your time, you did not do this. In our time, less than 2 years, we received an official invitation from the US government. That's good. What are we going to make of it? The President is in the United States. Hopes, expectations are high back home. What are you expecting? Is this going to be one of the visits that will just be remembered on the political landscape, on the surface, to show that this regime or that regime has the commit and will come back? Come to think about it, we are challenged in every sector of our country. There's no if and end about that. You know that. When it comes to security, we are challenged. And this country needs security. Looking at the size of our population. Before then, we were all singing song 2.5, 2.5, and calling numbers. But after the census was conducted, we got to know that we are 5.2 million. And when it comes to the issue of 5.2 million, yeah, it might not be as large as other countries, but 5.2 million, there are a lot of things 5.2 million people in a country deserve. You 5.2 million, you should have maximum security for 5.2 million. That should be fully equipped. 5.2 million, you should have a better healthcare delivery system. You should have more medical doctors specialized in areas after we have done a survey. There are a lot of folks coming down with stroke, high blood pressure, low pressure. You tell this person got also our national diet. How are we handling these things? You have to have people. You have to be able to count. And say maybe for every 10% or 20% or 100% in Liberia, there should be at least 2 medical doctors, nurses, and other professional health workers to attend to them. That's how people are developing the countries. That's how people are apportioning national budget. It's not just about the sites. 5.2 million, then you look at the infrastructure development. Roads connectivity, farm to market roads. When you are sitting with your partners, you take that into your head, you present these things. 5.2 million people. Look at the ratio of the population. How many young people we got in this country? How many tertiary institutions need to be created? How many and public schools we need? And you look at sanitation, 5.2 million, the sanitation was 5.2 million. How do we set it up? You look at jobs creation. You look at tourism with a lot of historical sites in Liberia where you can employ thousands of Liberians, and there will be huge income when it comes to very new generation. And all of these things. We don't want to hear that Senegal were able to get more money than Liberia because based on the plight, the discussion she had with the U.S. government. Guinea-Bissau, Mauritania, Gabon. We want to hear as the oldest country on the continent of Africa, the second largest continent. Now look, the visit of the president to the United States, these are the results. He did not go there to take photos, to pop champagne, and all of the photos will go viral. And you see people, this is not a political competition. Because what we are seeing from back home, from folks who support this government, from folks who support the former government, or people just in the opposition, there are folks who are praying to see that Liberia gets nothing out of the visit. So they can make the case tomorrow and say, Butoya, the whole thing in the typical Liberian are flat. Because in this country, I'm going to be tough this morning. In this country, because of politics, we always pray for the next government not to succeed. And we don't take into consideration the impact it had on the lives of the people. And this is where we have kept Liberia to what it is today. I want you to understand this. Whether you like it or not, it's going to hurt you, but these are the reality. You will find people badly on the needs. and be praying that, look, let the major go to that place. He comes back, nothing should come, nothing should happen. And tomorrow you say, we told you, the major got on plane. There were folks who did it to the former president as well, wishing that nothing better to have come from his government. And you are offering this prayer and hoping for these things and not taking into consideration the lives of the people. You pray for poverty in the name that you don't want a particular government to succeed, and not taking into consideration if the government does not succeed, the impact goes on the population. It goes on the people. If the government cannot attract investment, how do the government employ more people? How do companies and other investors will come to the country, and you'll find people living in abject poverty? And you see that happen, then you celebrate that. We told you this government was never going to do anything. But it is your wish, your hope, and you gradually achieving it. That's how we are treated Liberia. There were people in this country quite recently who were bold. Some of them flew on the show, openly stated, we pray that Liberia will not even get our seat because I think we will do it. The non-permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council. People were on their knees. Said the regime did not succeed in it. Said they were not the one who got it, though they initiated the process. But they were not taking that into consideration. They were wishing that Liberia did not get the vote. And what Liberia needed, Liberia got more. We have to start looking at Liberia in a positive direction. Because of the way we have played politics, we go to election, if somebody wins a seat as a representative and all of you people contested, your wish or your prayers will be that that person does not succeed, that the district be the abandoned, underrepresented, that you will make your kids who to you in opposition. You cannot commend government for doing positive things. But Liberia politics, and in Liberia, once you're in opposition, you're in a particular political party, and a certain government does something significant to impact the lives of the people that they govern, and somebody sits in the opposition and just decide to say, I want to commend government, they tell you you've been bought. Your colleagues, they will bully you, and they will call you all sorts of names, that you're carrying your better in wheelbarrow. You have dollarized yourself. You've been sold out because you only dare to criticize. That's how we see. There are people right now on their knees, and you hear people telling you, yeah, but the other people did it, so the same thing will happen to them too. I don't know what you call that politics. You pray for a government not to succeed, and you end your prayers. You do not take into consideration that all of the witches, all of your thinking or thoughts that government should not succeed. And you know, if the government fails, it has impact on the lives of the people. Because if you have direct foreign investment into this country, you open all of the sectors, and you see people wake up in the morning and knowing fully well while going to bed, you have a tax to perform for the next day. And it puts food on the table for your family. You pay a little bit of taxes, whether directly or indirectly, and you see roads. You see better health care. security, education, the farm to market roads, where the country is full secure. We do not heavily depend on people for importation of our stable diet. And you see development taking place. But you don't take those things into consideration. What usually you take into consideration is that this government should not succeed. That government should not succeed. And some of the folks today who are in opposition praying for this government to not succeed, just take for instance, just as they get elected tomorrow, the same people that were with them in bed in opposition that were praying together for the previous government not to succeed will go back again in the prayer room and start praying for the same prayer all of them offer together. Then your folks who were with you will start to offer the same prayer for you not to succeed. That's how Liberian politics. Look, Liberian politics is so immature to the extent that you don't even have the chance to find two ways and get it around your heads. No if and no apology for that. Politicians in this country are challenged in their utterances. They are low in their thinking, and they are devilish to the country. I'm saying. That's what got Liberia like this. Liberia tends to be a country where people fight to bring the next person down because you're not there. You fight from morning to night to make sure that this person should not succeed. Sometimes our leaders even trying, people praying for the plane to crash. There were folks in this country that would not stand former President George Weah being president. They thought they were sleeping, they were having the dreams. But he was president. Whether you like it or not, then you sleep for 6 years. And there are folks in this country right now and I believe that President Boga is the president of Liberia. You have to wake up from slumberland and face reality. Smell the coffee. He's the president. And hopefully he's going to be around for the next 6 years. You see, other countries are developing regardless of the political differences they are having in their country, but you still see rapid development. They speak on national issues. They are divided on national issues in Liberia. Politicians, political parties divide the people on personal issues and not on national issues. That's how they do it. They divide the people. As soon as government indict one person for corruption, the next thing one political party see as attack to that party and will not sit and properly think and say, look, why is true John Paul comes from party A, but the charges leveled against this man or this woman, the act allegedly committed was done by an individual. Can we give the man the legal support to fight the battle? But you will not see that. You see people who are level-headed, or you want to assume that people who so sign and understand, but rather they fight, they go for a political garment that their party being on the track. Indictment is not conviction. Allegation is not conviction. Only the court determines that this man here, the charges level against this man or these people, they cannot prove themselves that they did not do it. So they are convicted. Or these people, the charges leveled against these people, there is no substantial evidence, so these people will be acquitted. You don't wait for those things. As soon as you hear this person is in touch with government asking it, you take it as a political fight. That's how you do it. They are telling you in court, and you on the other side calling press conferences. Those people who will be clapping, chanting, they can't help you. They can't. They will shout just like in Liberia. People will beat you, and the only thing you hear folks say, they condemn it in the strongest thing. You get killed, they condemn it in the strongest thing, it can bring you back. And we have seen these things times without number. And this is keeping Liberia back. Liberia politics, opposition don't want to see a particular government succeed. And not taking into consideration, say you from the other party, your partisans, you're happy for your partisans not to have job. So you see it as a mean, as the conduit of, getting to power. So when the people see they suffer, then you tell the people, say, we're telling you. No. That's why you always been wishing, or you've been offering prayers. You stagnate, you starve your people for your political gains and make it look that this government is so bad. Some people die. Liberian politics so challenged, demeaning. So when you come to the disco to say some of the very hard truth, you are insulted, and a lot of things are said about you. Just to take an example, look at a young man, Councilor Kami Bagbara, a spokesperson just ended election for the CDC. He's been insulted on the social media on a daily basis only because he's speaking out. What truth telling in Liberia is a problem. Who told you in opposition that there is nothing good you can see for a sitting government? Do you know how many things the previous government did that were commending, and some of the South we spoke about it? There were people even accusing us that we took money from the previous government when the 14 military hospital was built. Oh, President, we are thank you at the time. We got insulted. The hospital in Bakodo, we got insulted. Knowing fully well we're not for imposition or opposition, we do independent analysis, and we say today, when the current president does the right thing and we speak on some of these things, people will come to our inbox. When the current government have one or two missteps and you do your analysis, people saying, you make my day. Say, oh, let God bless you. Because it's in your favor. Everything in this country must change. It's time that politicians, political party, change your mentality. The old style of politics is still challenged, immature. Somebody will say this, the next thing somebody go on social media on the person post and start to throw insults at the person's parents. And they see that as politics. Who told you people in America are not divided? But America can swear. You saw how Eddie Marks spent millions of dollars supporting Donald Trump. But they are divided on policy differences right now. Eddie Marks, the richest man in the world now, is saying he about to establish his own political party. And President Trump is not happy about that. The issues they are having, they're not doing it because on personal friendship, they are divided on policy differences. Say no, probably say no. This is not the plan. This is not what we came together, and this is not what we thought we would achieve. So since the change have been thwarted and you see you're not taking the instruction, I'm going my way other than to stay and take the blame tomorrow. But that's not Liberia. We don't solve problems in this country. We run from problems. One political party, as soon as there's a noise there, you see the people that will now resolve it. They will jump from that party straight to the next party. You let unresolved problems. And sometimes some of you are the very people who normally will orchestrate some of the problems. You carry the same behavior to the next party. You get there, you meet people there, you want to override, overshadow. And at times you're present there, you cause serious problem and you dissolve the people party. Liberian politics, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, the same messages still resonating. The same attitude, the same. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, LGBT. Nobody put themselves to. They did the same thing. Because somebody did the same thing yesterday. You need to see it done. The cultural impunity. That's how we see we got the cultural impunity in our society today. But the other people who took the money that yesterday, what they did with that, and they put them passing around, they only put them. But you won't see that brother develop. You're happy for somebody who has 3-4 houses. You sit in the corner to praise the person, properties they own. You know, go to that man huts. Go see the chair. I mean, literally, the garage, the cars, the fence. What belongs to the master, one man took it. And you praise him and you sleep in the slums. See how many homeless people of now send the rain started to pull down heavily. Homes, communities are flooded. Okay, huge massive killer. I will play this song because this song has to do with Liberian people too. You're listening to it. Everything must change.
The arrival of the chairman of the Indomitable Matter Coalition for Democratic Change.
So!
Retired student general, secretary general, the chairman committee. So at this time, comrades, the game will come to the second batch. Yeah, please don't be repetitious. Second batch. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I'm Daniel Sonny. I report for Chief FM.
Okay.
Honorable, you talked about those who would think that the government is also in your regime, what you have done. The question is, why now those information are coming out?
Why now those information are coming out?
I will not wait on a question.
Yeah, okay.
Because this question I will not rest. I will not let it rest.
Okay.
You see, and that's the question that people are saying. We said all these things. We fought. We fought. We provided everything we are saying today. If you go back to all my clips, you can play all my clips for the last 6 years. You will hear this same argument I'm making throughout. But when people were bent on lying the way to power, they will ignore any reality we constructed. People, you think harmonization, you think our Minister of Finance, you think President you think we take pleasure in fixing a broken wage system at our own detriment? You think so? When we are faced with the realities that if you don't do so, Mr. President, your government has a lifespan of 2020. All the partners who brought money here before 2018 took their hands off and say, well, the time is now for you to take care of yourself now. We've been taking care of you. You're due. Mr. Minister, that wage over there, European Union, American tax dollars should not be going to finance one person making, one nurse making, or one director making $200 Minister of Agriculture, and our same director with the same skill making $2,000 somewhere. That's a waste of our money. If you cannot end this unfairness, you will have problem in getting international support. And you're talking about 2019. And so what choice does the president have? The president has we ask of you, one thing that we...
The people are into selling Marimaga hot tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settled down in Moserado County. They Marimaga hot The people are into selling Marimaga hot tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settled down in Moserado County. They Marimaga hot tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying.
Painesville in Masfa and out of Central Monrovia. So listen to some of the testimony. You can go there and make your case.
The people are into selling Marimaga hot tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settled down in Moserado County. They Marimaga hot tea medicine here. People The people are into selling Marimaga hot tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settled down in Moserado County. They Marimaga hot tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying the Marimaga hot tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Marimaga hot tea medicine and how cool it is. Finally, the people now settled down in Moserado County. Yeah, in Moserado County here, Monrovia, Liberia. The people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba Bendu tissue factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Marimaga hot tea people. They're going to be sending the Marimaga hot tea to you. And if you want to buy this Marimaga hot tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with, gonna be cured. This medicine they call Marie Maga hot tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses. And some of the sicknesses that a Marie Maga hot tea medicine can cure are typhoid fever. Every time you're feeling cold in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you complaining with your stomach. You say my stomach hurting, my mom my stomach hurting, my wife my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Marie Maga hot tea can solve it. A sexual weakness, you can't do your homework go, you come from working or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework go. Your woman tells you say bad limit man, sexual weakness in both men and women. They Marie Maga hot tea, it can cure it. Numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see clear. The Marie Maga hot tea can solve it, it can cure it. Also, every time you complain with your stomach boiling, you can't eat pepper, you can't eat this one. Also, the Marie Maga hot tea can solve it, it can cure it. Rheumatism, back pain. Every time you complain with your back, my back hurting, pain in my back. Marie Maga hot tea medicine can cure it. Diabetes, the sugar problem. This Marie Maga hot tea can cure it. Skin disease and many more. Marie Maga hot tea medicine can cure all these problems. Here are some of the testimonies of people that Marie Maga hot tea medicine has cured, and today they are free and living happily.
I just want to tell God, thank you for what Marie Maga did. Send your king here. I start treatment. What was happening to me, I tell God, thank you. It's not happening again.
And what was happening to you?
I'll get sugar, I'll get pressure in my life. I've been taking treatment for 2 good years. The sugar can't finish, the typhoid, pressure, it be giving me hard time. But since I start taking a Marie Maga, I feel God thank you. Now, when they do my pressure always normal now. The sugar, the way it used to go on, no way. I tell God thank you. I live in red in Bonafide, opposite tissue factory, the hair office that they play, I'm taking my treatment. I tell God thank you. My body all red now, my body strong.
Marie Maga is a very good treatment, very, very good supplement. I've been taking it from the 16th, 17th, I would say the 17th of April. And from the 17th till now, I have seen a lot of changes in my health.
Okay.
A lot of changes. I always used to experience pain in my chest, my eyesight.
Okay.
I don't used to see that clear, and when I started to take it, and always, what used to happen to me at times, I would just keep going in the bathroom, urinating, sometimes all night. Yeah, sometimes like in the night, that 7 time, I think, well, I see a change. Instead of me going 7, I just go like only 1 time. And I sleep very sound.
Jesus.
To admit. Very, very sound.
Wow.
Yes. These are changes I have seen. And I was very, you yourself, you took notice of it. I was very big. I noticed I'm dropping.
Yes.
As I'm taking the supplement, I just keep seeing changes. And I feel freed. I feel free in my system. Yeah. These are some of the experiences I've had since I started taking it. It's a very, very good supplement.
Our friend, you have been 3 weeks when I came back. Our there is small sickness the way it started.
How?
So when I came back, I said, me was tell one way. I didn't want telephone, I said I'm medicine for your man.
Oh, didn't they come about Marie Maga baby?
Good. That medicine is very, very good. A woman said she will give her money to come buy everything. But I say we've been taking few, therefore saying when you sit down for long a week back. Some of my friends tell me, but go ask people why when you taking it, your friend they can continue taking it.
Ma, take it. The more you take it, it will be more fresh.
When I came for in the bush, and then I was pregnant. All told me I was pregnant. I went to Toma. They did my test, pregnancy. I thought you told me I would give birth in April. But to my surprise, when I went back, they said they didn't see better. I started crying. My sister and I would go, people go, and they play. After To Phoebe. Go Phoebe. Many bit that do me say developing growth. I should bring 22,000 and then 1 pound of blood. So they crying. They say, but they don't cry. I said, I will cry. Teenager, very happy to me. Oh, my call on the fan. My mother, she called on the fan. She said, baby, the people that can be all air and when we go to name. To go far parking there. I had it okay, okay. But one key, I will look the menacing first. I said, I just be drinking menacing. They say, but they don't give up. I said, no problem. But when I get money, to buy those. Then I get money, I get small money will number. Will come buy one to buy. I guess small money will come buy one to buy. One day now, we went back to the hospital. They put the checking, they say, but we not see anything that grow. We need to clean it up. We need to bring your thing for all cleaning. How happy. So that why the medicine take for me.
How are you?
Fine.
Please tell me what the medicine actually do for you.
Right now, let me do small, you see. Call me come out today. A call from here all the way on this Anna. Majority of the people that know me, they know what I can talk. I'm not prophet. No one is prophet for anything.
Yeah.
But I know what on Sunday you go behind me, you see it be a line. The mercy is good. I don't want your risk to him or see the mercy. Let the person be free to buy it. Okay, powerful. The weather you can do. The first thing, your arbor.
Okay.
Your arbor is faster to kill your arbor. If you can see well, your arbor. I took my own yesterday.
Okay.
Why happy to me? Hey, my people that you try to buy the blessing.
All right.
It's good.
By the grace of God, that God I can praise.
Okay.
Then from there, I praise Marie Manga.
Okay.
Marie Manga, how tea, it can work.
Okay.
When you take it the right way, it can work.
Yes.
And I want to encourage people to come to here, to the office here, to take Marie Manga.
Yes.
Because the pain I had on my side here,
Yes.
it helped it reduce.
Okay.
Marie Manga hot tea, I even went to a Lutheran church in Paris.
Okay.
I made them to understand that don't overlook Marie Manga hot tea. Okay. It can work. Okay. Please go there. And
I tell God, thank you for the Marie Manga company. I was sick, the chunk go out on my neck.
Okay.
I go all around, I was dying. All my people in my system were brown, deep brown. But after I met the Marie Manga people, when I took it in, I started drinking it, rubbing it on a knot that was on my neck. All the brown people that were in my system, everything turned clean. It draw the koa together. And that how can a boss? Oh, I tell God, thank you. The medicine what you're seeing, so you don't overlook it. It can heal any kind of sickness. I'm so happy today. I tell God, thank you for Marie Manga people.
Thank God.
You can sickness, diabetes, TB, you want get menstruate, stomach hurting, back pain. You can when you take it in, you will be. You are tell God, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I tell God, thank you for Marie Manga. I tell God, thank you for Marie Manga.
Okay.
You see the leg? You see? No so.
Okay.
I tell God,
When I was sick, I've been spending money from hospital to hospital. For that time, she almost died. I listen for my people and the kid. And when I hear the news over here, I have broke up. Well, I tell God, thank you. She well. And even my auntie, they call Yene. She was saying she was not working good. She was in the same church. And when I told her, people they come here.
Okay.
They need testimony.
All right.
So they medicine. And that's when we were going to play with. Even my mother had testimony because she was not working. She was not talking. When they did testimony, people see whatever they do. Every time people when come here for their medicine.
Okay.
So their medicine, but they're doing well. My mama, yeah, she was not working. Our baby in your house. She was not coming outside, but now she got washed. She go in the bathroom. She pay for sex. She was not ever asking people.
Well, I was suffering for 7 years, going up and down, no way. When I heard about you, I go to Foya about the medicine from Senga, buying this medicine. I'm feeling healthy than the way I was before. So my people who listening to me, the medicine, the good medicine, that make me to be alive today, got the first, second this medicine.
So what kinds of sickness you are suffering from?
Our foot problem.
Foot?
Yes, my foot problem.
Okay. How long that was working? You said 7 years, right?
7 years.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You are welcome. I'm well now.
Rush now and buy this medicine, Mary Maga Hot Tea, for some more money. The Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine is sold for $350 Liberian. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. In Moserado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu, T. The people are into selling Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settled down in Moserado County. The Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying the Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine and how good it is. Finally, the people now settled down in Moserado County here. In Moserado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu, tissue factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Maga Hot Tea to you. And if you want to buy this Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of the sicknesses you've been suffering with, gonna be cured. This medicine they call Mary Maga Hot Tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses, and some of the sicknesses that a Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine can kill are typhoid fever. Every time you're feeling cold in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you're complaining with your stomach. You say, my stomach hurting, my mom, my stomach hurting, my wife, my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Mary Maga Hot Tea can solve it. A sexual weakness, you can't do your homework go, you come from working, or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework go. Your woman tells you say, bad limit man, sexual weakness in both men and women. They Mary Maga Hot Tea, it can cure it. Numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see clear. They Mary Maga Hot Tea can solve it, it can cure it. Also, every time you complain with your stomach boiling, you can't eat pepper, you can't eat this one. Also, the Mary Maga Hot Tea can solve it, it can cure it. Rheumatism, back pain, every time you complain with your back, my back hurting, pain in my back, Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine can cure it. Diabetes, the sugar problem, this Mary Maga Hot Tea can cure it. Skin disease, and many more. Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine can cure all these problems. Here are some of the testimonies of people that Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine has cured, and today they are free and living happily.
Send your key here. I start treatment. What was happening to me, I tell God, thank you. It's not happening again.
And what was happening to you?
I'll get sugar, I'll get pressure in my life. I've been taking treatment for 2 good years. The sugar can't finish, the typhoid, pressure, it be giving me hard time. But say I start taking a marijuana, I tell God, thank you. Now, when they do my pressure always normal now. The sugar, the way it used to go up, no way. I tell God, thank you. I live in Red in Bonafide, opposite tissue factory. The hair office that the place I'm taking my treatment. I tell God, thank you. My body all right now, my body strong.
Mary Maga is a very good treatment, very good supplement. I've been taking it from the 17th, I would say the 17th of April. And from the 17th till now, I have seen a lot of changes in my health.
Okay.
A lot of changes. I always used to experience pain in my chest, my eyesight.
Okay.
I don't used to see that clear, and when I started to take it, and always, what used to happen to me at times, I would just keep going in the bathroom, urinating, sometimes all night. Yeah, sometimes like in the night, that 7th time, I think, well, I see a change. Instead of me going 7, I just go like only 1 time. And I sleep very sound.
Jesus.
To admit, very sound.
Wow.
Yes, these are changes I have seen, and I was very. You yourself, you took notice of it. I was very big. I noticed I'm dropping.
Yes.
As I'm taking the supplement, I just keep seeing changes, and I feel freed. I feel free in my system. Yeah. These are some of the experiences I've had since I started taking it. It's a very, very good supplement.
Our friend, you have been 3 weeks when I came back. Out there, the small sickness, the way it started. How? So when I came back, I said, nobody can tell one. I didn't want to telephone, I said, I'm medicine, I'm going to play with it. Oh, didn't they come about Mary Maga, baby. That medicine is very, very good. A woman said she will give her money to come buy everything. But I say we've been taking few, no. Therefore, saying when you sit down for long, a week back. Some of my friends tell me, but go ask the people why when you taking it, your friend, they can continue taking it.
Man, take it. The more you take it, it will be more fresh.
When I came for in the bush, and then I was pregnant. All to me, I was pregnant. And when Phoebe told me, they did my test, pregnancy. That all you told me, I will give April. But to my surprise, when we married, they said they didn't see better. I started crying. My sister and I will go, Phoebe will go, they play. Party. So Phoebe? Go Phoebe. We made a bit that you do me say developing growth. As you bring 22,000 and then 1 pound of blood. Started crying. They say, but they don't cry. I said, I will cry. Teenager, very happy to me. Man call on the phone. My mother, she called on the phone. She said, baby, the people that can be all air when we go to them. To go far parking there. I look at okay. But one key, I will look at medicine first. I said, I just be drinking medicine. They say, but they don't give up. I said, no problem. But when I get money to buy it, then I get money, I get small money will number. Will come buy one to buy. I get small money will come buy one to buy. One day now, we went back to the hospital. They put the checking, they say, but we not see anything that grow. We only need clean it up. We need to bring your thing for all the cleaning. And what happened? So that why the medicine take for me.
How are you?
Fine.
Please tell me what the medicine actually do for you.
Right now, let me do small, you see. Call me come out today. A call from here all the way on this side. Majority of the people that know me, they know what I can talk. I'm not prophet. No one is prophet for anything.
Yeah.
But I know what Sunday you go behind me, you see it be a line. The medicine is good. I don't want your risk to him or see the medicine. Let the person be free to buy it. Okay, powerful. The way that it can do, the first thing, your eyeball.
Okay.
Your eyeball is faster to kill your eyeball.
Right.
If you can see well, your eyeball. I took my own yesterday.
Okay.
Why it happened to me? Hey, my people that you try to buy the medicine.
All right.
It's good.
By the grace of God, that God I can praise.
Okay.
Then from there, I praise Mary Manga.
Okay.
Mary Manga, how tea, it can work.
Okay.
When you take it the right way, it can work.
Yes.
And I want to encourage people to come to here, to the office here to take Mary Manga.
Yes.
Because the pain I had on my side here,
Yes.
it helped it reduce.
Okay.
Mary Manga hot tea, I even went to a Lutheran church in Paris.
Okay.
I made them to understand that don't overlook Mary Manga hot tea. Okay. It can work. Okay. Please go there. And
I tell God, thank you for the Mary Manga company. I was sick, the chunk go out on my neck.
Okay.
I go all around, I was dying. All my people in my system were brown, deep brown. But after I met the Mary Manga people, when I took it in, I started drinking it, rubbing it on a knot that was on my neck. All the brown people that were in my system, everything turned clean. It draw the koa together. And the hacker a boss. Oh, I tell God, thank you. The medicine what you're seeing, so you don't overlook it. It can heal
any kind of sickness. I'm so happy today. I tell God, thank you for marrying Manga people.
Thank God.
Your kind of sickness, diabetes, TB, you want to get menstruate, stomach hurting, back pain. Your kind when you take it in, you will be. You are tell God, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I tell God, thank you for marrying Manga. I tell God, thank you for marrying Manga.
Okay.
You see the leg, you see? No so.
Okay.
I tell God,
When I was sick, I've been spending money from hospital to hospital, but that time she almost died. You send for my people and the kid. And when I hear the news over here, I have brought her. Well, I tell God, thank you. She well, and even my auntie, they call Yene. She was saying she was not working good. She was in the same church. And when I told her, people come here, gave me testimony.
All right.
So they medicine. And that's what we were supposed to play with. Even my mother had testimony because she was not working, she was not talking. But they did testimony. People see what I want to do. Every time people were going to come here for their medicine.
Okay.
So they medicine, but they're doing well. My Oma, yeah, she was not working. Our baby was in the house. She was not coming outside, but now she got washed, she go in the bathroom, she pay for sex. She was not ever asking people.
When I was suffering for 7 years, going up and down, no way. When I heard about you, I go to Foya about the medicine from Senga, buying this medicine. I'm feeling healthy than the way I was before. So my people who listening to me, the medicine, the good medicine, that make me to be alive today, got the first, second this medicine.
So what kinds of sickness you are suffering from?
Our foot problem.
Foot?
Yes, my foot problem.
Okay. How long that was working? You said 7 years, right?
7 years.
Okay, thank you. You are welcome.
I'm well now.
Rush now and buy this medicine, Mary Maga Hot Tea, for some more money. The Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine is sold for $350 Liberian. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. In Moserado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu Tissue Factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Maga Hot Tea to you. For more information, you can call the following numbers: 0777 444 591, 0770 913361 and 0776 369805. And if you want to buy this Marimaga Hot Tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. And so rush now and you will live happily.
Okay, so folks, thank you this morning. That's it there for our sponsor, Mary Maga. You can go there, they are there in Punas Farm. I will say the Kumba Beno Tissue Factory, and you can also get in Central Monrovia, or if you are any part of Liberia, specifically in Lofa County, Zogot, Wanjaman.
Yeah, in Bon County, in Nimba, and now into Moserado, it's important that you get to them. You can get cured. Central Monrovia, Camp Johnson Road, Clay Street intersection there. You will speak with the folks, and it's important for all of you. Others have started already giving their testimonies as to their own experience with Mary Maga Healing for Life Center International. It's important that you yourself might just be one step away from. You listen to the numbers read. This is the number I'm going to read for Central Monrovia: 0775 499 549, 0775 599 549, 499 549, 0775 499 549. And you'll talk to Miss Patience. We are there in Central Monrovia. The numbers you just read them. So good morning. We are proud to be associated with the Mary Maga Healing for Life Center in Bernard's Farm and in other counties. As a matter of fact, it's important that you yourself try and get the supplement. It's very easy to drink, it's accommodating, and can clean the body. It's a supplement. So you can try it. Good morning.
Okay, folks, so welcome shortly. I go to the line this morning as you follow order for what being discussed this morning. talking about like your politics. The president is in the United States.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
do we
yeah.
expect to have from the visit there? He said that we just gonna see another photos that will go viral on the social media. Or the president will make his case for Liberia that we stand to benefit. But Liberian politics seems to be politics that have not changed. We pray to see the next people down.
Yeah, the
We
downfall
pray not to see a particular government succeed.
You know, it's so saddening and pathetic for Liberia. And I don't know why the issue of accountability is a very serious issue for our country. When people are placed in the positions and after they are stayed there, they're being asked about activities. Then they begin to run here and there to clarify. You got an issue that could concern a court. You go to a political party headquarters and say you got evidence? Pretty no. What are we thinking in this country? Are Liberians fools? I don't think it's important the way they treat Liberia. And also, Ambassador, the president will be at a business conference for Liberia, which will be into Philadelphia. He will be one of the keynote speakers there with several other persons. He will be speaking there in Philadelphia, and that section, he will be the keynote speaker there for the occasion, and several other persons from Liberia will also be speaking. Ambassador Charles Snyder, Ambassador Lash, Mr. Stitt will be there too, speaking on their forum, and also that will involve Liberia and how Liberians can get around. Honorable Zanan Nuta will also be speaking there at the program on sustaining agriculture and impact of mechanism of the crop yield. And Honorable Melvin Sharif Sr., the Executive Director of the National Investment Commission Incorporated, the NRC rather, will be there. Honorable Sekou Dukle, Managing Director of the National Port Authority, will also be addressing the forum. So it's a worthwhile thing, and we hope to get a yield of that. The Deputy Secretary of the International Business Department of the State of Pennsylvania, David Briol, will also be attending the occasion. Jamar M. Green, who is the Director of Eastern Region PA Department of Agriculture, will also be gracing the occasion. And Alensin J. Gemak, who is the Deputy Vice President of the Office of Health and Agribusiness in the U.S. International Development Finance Corporation, will also grace the occasion. Several other persons. So it promises to be a worldwide activities for Liberia, and we hope that we can get the best of it. Sam Gibson, the Chairman, U.S. Liberia Chamber of Commerce in Philadelphia, will also be there. And it's also important for Liberia. Several other persons will grace the occasion, and it will be a 2 days park conference that will bring Liberians and other folks who are concerned with the business climate, and that will help Liberia over how Liberia can be helping this process. So there are a lot of good promises for Liberia.
So it's time we go to the line this morning to talk to you on 0775 919 919 0880 You've been following all of the discussion this morning. Move away from your radio, or you lower the volume of the receiver and make your point. Speak to the issues on the discussion, and let's get it done this morning. Talk to our first caller on the line this morning. You're live. Yeah, go ahead.
People feel that this government will not make it. No. This government will succeed overflow. Because this government is more government. This government, you know, God got grace upon people who fast on it. If they live peaceful and think. People who pray for this government not to make it, they will live and see his success and turn what he asked for to give Liberia back to Liberia. Well, thank you for the time.
Okay, thank you as well for being part of the conversation this morning. Let's talk to this caller on the line this morning. You're live.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Good
fornicating after of you guys, you know, wiki books. This is Steve Roosevelt prayer calling on peace community.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
I would like to say good morning again to our peace of this on our and everybody. Thank you for the topic this morning. It's very good and beautiful. Our president, Ambassador Joseph Newman brother, our father of our country, with good voice, better, and all that brought back on the international scene. I don't care how others will be, but God knows the reason that this is bringing our renowned president and the whole world will know that Labrador is a country with peace and love togetherness. And we will move forward, and whosoever that want to pull our country backward, well, you will not see this. I will not pray for evil. I will pray that you will see like God moving forward. As I say, thank you this morning, and thank you to our president.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. Let me talk to this caller on the line. Eli, good morning.
Yeah, morning. Good morning.
Yeah, Joseph Freeman.
I'm Joseph Freeman from Prophet this morning. How are you doing this morning?
Well, we're here. Good morning.
Let me appreciate you guys for the platform this morning. You know, we must be able to bring something good for our country. The president leaving from here, going to America, for me, in my mind, I believe, I'm not the Unity Party, but I'm from the NPP. But I believe that something good, and I expect Donald Trump to say, President Donald Trump to say, Liberia, you're holding 250 million or even billion and go develop your country because the oldest African country are backward. That's what I expect. So people want to bring him to say Donald Trump going to disgrace the puppet. He's going to do the one. He's going to tell the puppet, say, you are not dressed properly. Is that the reason why President Donald Trump invite President Wakai? No, I don't think so. So we should be very mindful with our country. I think we should preempt good thing for our country instead of negative. Because you are not part of it, so you must preempt negative. Any negativity in this country, you part of it. Any good thing in the country, glory, you part of it. Then what the essence? Yesterday, good thing was done. Although on the other side, but we say yes. And they don't say no. And today, this government, I supported this government through James Valley from the NPPN.
Okay.
So then when the government do the wrong thing, we can say no, this is wrong. And to Molo, we know you. Where you came from. Right after the election, you resigned, you become a civil society actor. You talk about Kinjo massacre.
Okay, let's stick around exactly what we are actually discussing. Let me talk to other callers on the line this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm George King, Betty, calling from Japanese Freeway this morning. Good morning to the audience. Listen, I don't think President Joseph Newman can bring Liberia back to the international stage. And the reason why I'm being the words of people, this president once said to Somalis here that if possible, you ram motor back to work. In Wibara, after 3 months, President Moore, 1.1 million.
So, okay, June, let me ask you, what's the connection in the president travel to the United States to engage the government of the United States following the invitation? That what's the connection that this president can, who you think can bring Liberia to the international stage?
Well, let me just lay my reason for which the president cannot bring Liberia back to the international stage. And I'll give you a reason for which he travels to the United States. So, here's a reason. It is because of the HPS contract. You know what HPS contract is, sir? Now, the HPS
I
contract.
think in fact from the discussion we are having, I want us to stick to what we are discussing. You see, this is the problem we keep having. Yeah, I just earlier on discussed the issue. You are having wishful thinking about your country. This person cannot. Now point to somebody who can bring Liberia to this stage, because we have had presidents who have come, and if they are not taking us there, and this man cannot take us there, you should be knowledgeable enough to point to who can take us there, and you stay going back. What HPS signing get to do with the visit? The invitation came long before the president signed. We got to stick to
and this thing always makes up that the president writing this. Who told you that the president is concerned with what he writes? There are people responsible for the president's activities.
And
they bring these things up to him for his security.
But let us even understand, government can buy used car.
Yeah.
And the president of the Republic of Liberia is not the man who determines. Sometimes when you say you speak as individual when you are not in the position, but when you get there are so many things that the president don't have control over certain things. No matter what kind of president
the Gambo taking care of him.
Even in Burkina Faso, that whereby there are some things he don't have the kind of control of. When it comes to the president's security, determinations are made by his security advisor and his teams of professional security officers. So you must understand. Look at Alexander Cummings, the ANC. He spoke. He said, "Look, the reason why people talk about private jet is because people now having jobs, but those things are not everything to discuss according to him. Because if you look at, he said, from the corporate world, I control fleets of planes. There are routes, you looking at delay, all of these things, you take the direct lane to go there because of certain things. So we need to stick to what we are discussing. Please, don't understand this thing. That's what we said. You know, the president will not do this. The president will not bring this. You know, I just said something earlier on. These are some of the minds we got, but we want to see like.
And I got a lack of understanding that why they were having problem with former President Wilson.
Yes. And at the end of the day, people will suffer. You could have fall, but people will suffer. 0775-919-919. Let's judge this president after his return and what he's going to say to us. That look, we signed this because we celebrated things in Liberia. That's why I gave typical example. I said we celebrated things. The former president went in America, we celebrated photos. Are we going to celebrate photos again to say, oh yeah, ALC, the president, you're with and Donald Trump, and what the end result? We celebrated the pronouncement of 800 million. We said for the first time. End of the day, we said we have budget shortfall. We celebrated some things that we passed the MCC scorecard, but the money never came. That's a lot of things that we still need to talk about on this platform. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Thank you. This is the report of Elijah Mubuna. I joined the conversation this morning from station number 6, Montreal County. I think we as citizens, we have to wish our president with. Just that if you don't support him, or you have to wish him well, because any benefit from what he's working after is the benefit of the country. We are all praying for our country to develop. So wishing the president evil, I think it is not prudent. Thank you for the opportunity this morning.
Yeah, and like I said, look, you might have all of your political differences with the president, but sometimes some of these things, you make it so personal. Yeah, look at Donald Trump and Eddie Marks. Very good
to the extent that you wish a person to die.
People wish the president to even die. Don't campaign people to a casket. They said, the casket of, you know, is that politics? And that's why I said, Liberian politics is a challenge. Even level-headed people are still behaving very challenging in the open. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Happy morning, man.
Good morning, Edabor.
Thank you. You know, Satan does not always want anything to prosper, because his aim and desire is to steal, kill, and destroy. But in less than no time, this government, this president has gained international recognition. Since Doris Henry led by UN General Assembly as president, I think maybe 50 or 45 years ago. This is the first time that Liberia has gained a seat, a permanent seat in the UN Security Council. This is a first. And I think the president's trip to the United States is going to be fruitful. That's why people wishing the worst. But I think it's going to be fruitful. For Donald Trump that I know, to single out 5 presidents, so it means that he has had no trust and confidence in those people, and he thinks he can get some idea and wisdom from them. You know, so let them get to that and carry on that wishful thinking. I mean, thinking. They were succeeding, you know, but Liberia is forging ahead.
Sure.
Liberia need development. Liberians need jobs to do. And so the coming of companies and other things is the plus. And I think all of us who are jingoistic, you know, we welcome that and we will continue to pray with this president. Thank you so much.
And what we have seen over a period of time, you know, every time there's a concession sign or agreement between Liberia and one company, we always look for means to attach that it was signed because of this.
Mm-hmm.
It was signed because of that. You know, we always linking. There's always this HPS that the reason it was signed, but you want job for your people.
Yeah.
But when you sign, you attach condition why these things were signed.
You want education.
The same thing happened. Madam Ellen Johnson, billions of dollars concessions were signed in this country. 64, Liberians still struggling to look around. Some of them packed up overnight, they left. And some of your very lawmakers that you claim that government failed or the previous government failed are still lawmakers. Some of them, they stay around as ministers. They were part and parcel of it. But you want to single out a particular group of people and leave your own people out of it. When your people are still part of government. How can you reconcile that? How can you? You pray for one regime to fail. And the regime failing, it has to do with the negative impact in the lives of the people.
Yeah.
Your partisans or supporters are part of the people that are going to suffer. I can understand Liberian people. Your life.
Good morning, Bruce.
Go ahead.
How did you not know when I saw some of us have evil mind against this country? Yeah, we don't pray for good. Every time, just evil play. Everyone, we have asking, well, where this woman going? So, my so good thinking come from that. This whole country, almost 200 years, so development can come there. Everybody are getting harder in the country. Everybody have job to do. But just because of politics, men politics, then all project girls, then you just be saying, oh, that was in there. But what will bring a curse on the country? Those are playing evil.
You should be praying that at least you will cut down the cost. People will not be standing at your door every morning. Because once the people suffering, they don't have it, and they know that you people from the same party, they will come to your door. Whether you like it or not, your friends who cannot afford know you can afford. But if the man knows he got a piece of job to do, he can go do it. You know, you'll not continuously ask you. Maybe it might just be once in a while where a hand cannot reach and so forth. But when people are jobbing, development coming, there are a lot of things. But when you take politics and just see everything as politics, Black world will continue to be underdeveloped in your life.
Yeah, good morning. This is calling from people.
Good morning. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, we want to thank you that among the 5 countries Liberia were recognized.
If Liberia, it will go again. Just if Liberia, it will going to invite 5 African leaders. Liberia, they're going to be there again. Now it's going to be another country again. He said, "Well, we tell you that they said the man, and I said the man got connection."
Yeah, it was going to be a problem, and we've seen a trend that the party is taking. That Liberia is healing.
What politics in this country, sir?
Liberia is not there, but at least light is proud to shine on that beyond through the work of Papi Boaka. So we all need to pray strongly because our country, there's nowhere we ever want to go for them to trump us. Their country is for us. So if you pray for the negative part of it, you will be affected. So the idea is we want to tell God thank you that successfully that he will be when he go with Trump. Trump has animal to say he went eat people or he went shout people like that. He's somebody that when you listen, you talk. So man, thank you for the show, man. You're doing well. You're keep on.
Yeah.
We are having few more days to celebrate another year of existence.
Just take for instance, the previous government took them nearly 4 to almost 5 years. Probably before they got an invitation to attend the African America Summit. This government less than 2 years. If you were somebody who from the opposition, then you start to sit down and do a sober reflection and look at some of the missteps. Why these people are taking much shorter time to receive invitation, and we took pretty close to our tenure for such invitation.
Sure.
Or probably half of our tenure for such invitation, and these people are there come to power. In less than 2 years, they have received such invitation, and the invitation was extended to only 5 head of states in Africa.
And especially where you are at the point telling people that you are recalibrating to come back.
Yeah. If the invitation have come and Liberia were never mentioned into it, it would have been another thing. Again, press conferences are going to be held all around. Say, we told you, yeah, say, man, yeah, America, they eat good rapport. Yeah, see, well, America, look at, they carry Gabon president, Senegal president, but they carry him. And if I ain't talking about, we praising around one coin. This country, you got, look, Liberian politics, I'm sick about it. With the exception of the level of education people got about Liberian politics, too challenge.
Too devilish.
Challenge, devilish, and you don't see one improvement in Liberian politics.
It's always the same over and over. And that's why Liberia is still like this.
So that another spell, you can be signed to what extent. So you get in politics, you just have to get funny and negative about yourself and about people.
For like you mentioned earlier on, you go in a race, several persons to become a district lawmaker. Your colleague win. You say aspiring to be a lawmaker.
Your entire intent is to make sure that person does not succeed.
So when the men fail, when you go there as lawmaker, will it not be hard work for you? Yeah. Pray that the men succeed when you go there.
It makes your work even much
easier for you.
When you pray for the men not to succeed, then when you get there, you get to know the hardship, where to start from. There you say, oh, my predecessor, people were here, they knew nothing. I just come in. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
That's the one. That's what I said. It'll be alright.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. And here is the point. We are divided on personal reasons and not on national issues.
No.
This is the point that I still finding hard to fathom. We don't discuss critical national issue where you see divided opinions or dissenting opinions or mixed views on it. It's about personal reason. You take somebody today to the court, people get divided because he comes from the CDC, that the CDC you are attacking. You are not concerned about crime that leveled against this man. As far as you're concerned, that personal reason.
And let him go and clear your name.
Personal action, you take it, you bring it to the public glare and make it look like that national issues. And we will learn to make sure we're divided. We will provide the education to the people. You people have fooled the people too long.
And Ambassador, just because you ate to your house, you came on the road, you feel everything is okay.
Yeah.
and you forget about the feeling of other people, that's unfair.
You tell the other person you want corruption to come to an end. You want the cultural impunity to come to an end, but by the time somebody's name is mentioned, indictment, they're not conviction. Audit, they're not conviction. They're just telling you that you must answer for your stewardship. Things were entrusted to you.
Yeah. You want to be accountable.
How did you use it? You protect these people. They point protecting to somebody, you got to go to America, the people can't go there again.
Yeah.
The family can't go there again. You are not providing the support, the legal support to clear the names. Who told you some of the things that leveled against so many people, they actually did it? The former U.S. ambassador said the people name or they can clear the name. There are people who went to the Hague. Rebel leaders around the world, they walked from there. They defended themselves. The matter went on. After a period of time, they were released. Former President Chancellor went. Some of your oil need that he should never come back. Today, your prayer will answer. He in jail. What about even grade school politics, the children are so mature in it. Community elections, that's so level. But to the national scene, you hear some about leaders, how they speak, you wonder.
You won't believe it.
And that's the reason why you just take people from all behind the houses and you say you're making them lawmakers. Then you want the best decision to be made for your country. Today, y'all getting high.
The lawmakers stand before you say, let the government fail.
Nobody, I would never stand and see anybody evil and play with this country. This is my country.
The government will not succeed. But he as an individual wants to succeed. How? How possible is that?
You pray for your own leader, your political leader to enjoy life while you in poverty. Then you feel happy about it. Then you discuss the main horse, the main car, the main children, the main welfare. You go see them in school. The children going. You can afford to place your children in the nice school.
See the clothes they can wear.
See the clothes they can wear.
For your own. You go in the corner, you start to cry. Why life they treat you like that?
Yeah. And you complain. Now you in the sun. You are in the sun and rain. People can't even talk to some of you. It was never going to give like an invitation again. Let them know. Because Senegal, baby, that time you know Senegal, baby. Baby Senegal.
Yeah.
Mauritania name, Guinea-Bissau, Gabon. Like bro, they say that the oldest country, then you start counting like bro age. He said, few weeks from now, it will be 178. Look at the people in what they invited. Like people want to say, oh, like bro, like America, they send the free slave from America to Liberia. I told you before, this country, the history of the country, the behavior of the people in this country, anything that you see, there's so much love that I think it's very quick to hate.
Yeah, very much.
There's a thin line between love and hate in this country. They didn't say the former president we are. The women that voted our man in 14 counties of the 15. In space second, everybody started praying for him to go.
I better go.
People were all on their knees here to elect a chancellor as president. After he got elected, they go, Papa go. Then the man was going to get on the airport sacrament and say the man when I go. I told you I can never join Liberian people for anything they can call protest. I know the history and the behavior of Liberian people. I can never ever join. Now even two presidents say, Mama, let's go do the thing. Any action you see coming from me, that's my own decision.
Let me carry you go protest somewhere.
I told you I don't have taste for Liberian politics. It smells so bad. It's childish. It's devilish. You don't see improvement in it. And once we continue to carry these minds, they can get improved.
We can improve. We're not develop. We won't. Why other people are still inventing, using flying vehicles? We'll still be using 1960 vehicles.
You have people who are praying for former President Joe when he traveled to let the plane crash. Today, you have on their knees to pray that they're going while they're going. They just want to get the news that they reach.
They say the crash landing. Why ain't crash?
Yeah, I'm going to say why ain't crash.
It will bring us to the battle ourselves.
You will say the person can succeed, but you cannot point to one person to show who can take Liberia to the next level.
And just be mindful. They cannot pray for other people. It might just happen to you.
What kind of country is this?
We look at other people that they're too wicked, they're too devilish, but they kind of unity, they kind of love, they show each other. The patriotism they have for that country has made them far different. And we will say we got love for each other.
The people are divided on national issues. Not on personal. In Liberia, we fight to defend individuals than looking at the national issue. Those are Nathan Valley arrested, you say you insolidarity, but the people who are behind bars, you know what some of the crimes that they committed, but you not going there in solidarity. Oh yeah, we're going. Level of deception. The former president standing before people telling them that Saudi is not good, and Abu Kamara, the ball went by the 100%, they were still carry the ball to the hospital. What happens to those who are there? Is it only because you have one of your confidants went to central prison, so that is how you know that the condition they're bad? What the last time our leaders to visit there and see the living condition of the people there? Who told you because you are behind bars it mean that you anything they just walk on you and eat you up? When Liberia already changed and people will look at Liberia and say, look, I agree that I joined this party, but people, you just see people feel that political party gave birth to them other than Liberia giving birth to them.
Mm-hmm.
They feel that they were first born as this party A member or party B member, or they be born as a Liberian.
And they pledge their allegiance to just political institution.
You lie, yeah.
Yeah, I'm Jason, I'm going for my job. First thing, let me appreciate you and your work this morning for the discussion. Back to your issue. The visit of the person to the U.S. is a boost to our economy because for me, I read on that they have a trade,
yes,
between security and the country.
Yeah, sure.
So those who are speaking out of ignorance are people who hate this government. They said President Obama have friendship no knowing the war. So even if the U.S. could not invade Liberia, they will still come out and say why they don't invade Liberia. Yes, Donald Trump had a strategic meeting with these five countries, which they work with to see America's interest and also their interest. So calling President Obama to meet with Donald Trump is a big boost. It will also is a big boost for the economy and will also create jobs and strengthen the bilateral ties with America. We find a history Liberia has been with America for a lot of times during the Cold War. Liberia has hit America with the highest donation of war material from far from other areas. So Liberia has common history with America. So those who are speaking, they are the people who will continue progress in the end of.
Okay, thank you.
And Ambassador, just imagine where we are right now with this alternative issue of Liberian going and America don't come back. So if you see a president being recognized to go there, these are some of the talks that can come up. At 9 o'clock, we'll go for the central bank message for you this morning.
Yeah.
You see? People going to America, the people say reduction of people going to America. Now your president is being called out. Those are issues you must sit on the table to talk about. Will it not be good that you can go to America when this is clear? Yeah. Let me positive now thinking.
Just last time we were invited to the U.S. Embassy.
Yeah.
When they told us to come back to tell our people that in America, that all state, they should come back. And we asked the question, why do you people do not give us our money back? You do not reform.
Mm-hmm.
When you know you will not get the visa. I said, but, and the guy was very clear to argue. So we started looking at one another's faces. The man of Brazil said they don't pay for, the first thing they don't sell visa, our processing fee. That to me, the hearing officers or whosoever, these people that had to get a pay, so that money there, leave it. They will not give it back to you.
But you go, you run away.
But are you aware that the other countries around the world who look up to America in the face and say, look, once the person pass the interview and receive the visa before they make payment, all of these things, these are critical national issues. You go to Sierra Leone, you come to Sierra Leone, you start telling how Sierra Leone rapidly developing. You go to Guinea, come from there, you say the last time I Guinea, went by the road, say, oh, any corner you pass, it pays. You go to Ivory Coast, you go to other places. Then you come down here, all you do, how far? Like, oh, just be the same, man. Those people just be traveling, nothing will come. And we got to take into consideration in diplomacy, there is nothing so immediate or instant. There are processes that lead to the achievement of some agreement. There are some things that you must be able to meet. So nobody should say and feel that because President Baka has gone to America, on his return to the country, he came with one plane filled with social money or suitcases with money. No, that's not how it's going to work. Because that's, the way the people have taught the people in this country politics, the way they have made their minds to believe that the way President Baka gone to America, when he coming back, even if they announce that America will be giving in the next 4 years to Liberia 150 million, but it comes with stipulation. Because you have to also show your interest. America showing their interest. That business meeting over there on trade and commerce as well as security. You got 5.2 million people, you don't have the security to protect them. Those are priority. The president tried with security advisor and other type of security people as well. You have the Minister of Agriculture is there. You're meeting people. And our law, because we said it properly, that's why he did it. The delegation to cut it down.
Yeah. Carry key.
And I said the many listen to her. And this is the fight that we will start. The president delegation this time, no cherry squad will be in it. You go on that trip, you go for a purpose, and you must say a purpose.
Yes. And all of those that on the trip I put, I will be delivering their speeches.
Sure.
Making their
cases.
Yes.
Not just to power people in plane, but let's go for our commercial message from the Central Bank.
My daughter Kumba, how is the business today? My daughter Kumba, how is the business today? Well, your face, how are you looking so? Like you thinking about something.
And now he say on me, I'm going to plenty things. So I tell my pay the next day. I'm telling you, all the money can check go tell that my children's school fee, hospital money, rent, my own say small thing and say nothing. I can't do anything good for myself.
Amen.
Then to make matter worse, I try to put small money in lay business to go out of the country. But to find foreign currency, I can just be running around. It's too bad that things how I am stressed.
Yeah. Anything you don't know is bigger than you for true, yeah?
What you mean now, Pachoni?
Kumba, on March 27, 2025, the Central Bank of Liberia launched the National Financial Education Program for people like you.
The National Financial Education Program?
They finished putting it outside. That is they call launch. And that President Joseph Newman Boaka said launch the program for the whole country.
Okay. So what the program will do for a person like me now?
The program will solve your problem, my daughter.
Tell me something.
The financial education program will help people like you, Kumba, to understand how to take care of your money Google.
Yeah?
Yes. It will show you how to set financial goals, how to budget your money, how to save part of your money after you take pay, how you can turn some of your money around in business for it to grow.
What?
Yeah. So after taking pay, you can't be broke again.
That good thing, Pachoni.
Yeah, Makumba. The Central Bank of Liberia will work with plenty other government offices then like Ministry of Education, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Gender and Social Protection, and other groups then like the Liberia Marketing Association to make sure you're the women and girls manage your money Google.
Oh yeah, that is very good.
Yeah. Now, this financial education get many steps.
Tell me about them, Pa Johnny. Tell me.
First, you have to set your financial goals.
Ready?
This means you must think about where you want to see yourself in the future. Maybe 1 year from now, you won't get plenty of money to be able to take care of all of your problems.
Yeah.
Or you want to be big businesswoman. But you can only reach where you want to see yourself in having more money according to the way you will plan to use your money today.
How that one already work now?
That the next step I will come into. They call it budgeting, meaning planning how to use your money the right way.
Yes, that one that true.
So you budget by making a plan that show how you will use your money. Once you take your pay or you get any money, you have to sit down to put idea together to use your money.
Yeah.
In line with the thing that you need to do for you and your family, and you will still be able to keep some.
It makes sense.
Yes, so when you make your budget, that means you have to stick to it because you plan for everything already.
That's true.
The other important thing, that's saving. Saving means to keep some money somewhere for you to use in future. Then just using all your money soon you take pay.
Okay. But this saving you're talking about, ain't that to keep the money in your safe to your house, eh?
One advice, Makuma, do not keep the money in your house or under your mattress. Yes, go to the bank house and open your saving and account. You can open 2 savings.
2 savings?
Yes. You can open 1 saving or account with any mobile phone company. Like that, you carry your money on your phone right in your own hand anywhere you going.
But why if the phone lost now?
Easy. Just go back to the mobile phone company and get your SIM card back with all your money still on it. Yes. Then you could choose to open another saving or account with a bank. Just go to any bank you like and say you want to open saving to keep your money. They will help you open an account.
Okay, but what a benefit in that one?
A bank account has many benefits. Number 1, the bank can put interest on top of your money you keeping with it.
Okay.
And because of that, you can also be able to take loan from the bank where you open your saving. With that loan money, you can make business to grow your money or do other good things for yourself.
Okay.
And when you take loan from the bank, make sure you're able to pay it back.
Yeah.
At the same time, open your eyeball to all the things that you will agree to on the loan paper. Like when you will pay back, how much you will pay every time, and then the main one, wedding business you're taking the loan money for. And you must understand the interest you will have to pay to. Yeah, after that, you can make a plan to pay back your debt. Manage the debt good.
Yeah, it will not be good you tell loan, then you're not able to pay it back.
It's not correct like that, sir. Yeah, that digging hole, covering hole thing not correct because you will still be in the hole.
Yeah.
What some people do is to make sure they take a loan to put the money into something that brings in more money. They call it investment. So they can be able to pay their debt and be able to save at the same time.
So Google ad here, yeah?
Yes, so then another good thing is to insure your business or your home.
Insurance for my business, my home, my...
So, God forbid, if something bad happen, the insurance company can help you get something bad because you are protected against loss.
No, Pa Johnny, I will go to the financial education program and learn about money matter, yeah? Insurance, hayaka.
Yeah, because with insurance, when your property damaged or warehouse burned with your goods inside, for example, the insurance will pay.
Oh! So a part of financial education too, eh?
Yes, it is part of the financial education tool to manage risk and protect yourself. Then you know, some business people don't treat their customers very good.
They plenty of...
Fine. So the last thing the CBL and other Google friends talk about, they say you get right as customer to complain any business house that will not treat you the right way.
Any business house?
Yes, like banks or mobile phone companies. If they not treat you the right way, you must talk it.
Okay.
That's right. And under the financial education program, you listen to me, they will teach you how to complain and how they will hear your complaint. So, Kuma, that you.
Thank you plenty, Papa Johnny. I will make sure to be part of the financial education program so I can learn all the good things about money.
This message is from the government of Liberia through the Central Bank of Liberia.
fixing the country is not a palatable thing. It's a hard choice. Liberians don't know it. They just want the result. So we have to confront the reality, and you see, the propaganda about harmonization is that harmonization was not about increasing or about decreasing salary. No. And listen, I'm telling you again, because you will come back and ask this question 2 years. I'm telling you, they will tell you I'm telling you harmonization, there were two systems. There's a basic salary system, and there was a general allowance system. 40,000 to 47,000 Liberians were paid under a basic allowance. 25,000 Liberians. The other thing, they told you, said the wage bill, when we came to power, there were around 67,000 Liberians on the payroll. That's the other lie they told you. They told you, so we added 25,000 persons on the payroll. We clarified all those things. People still didn't hear it. All right? So there were 67,000 persons on the payroll when we came. 25,000 of them were getting paid.
Changing our way of thinking, how we think about a country called Liberia. Let me say happy pre-birthday treat to little Princess Salome Neil. You're going to be celebrating her birthday on the 11th, and say happy pre-birthday to Unit and Miller as well. Happy pre-birthday to you, Tracy of the Liberia National Police. And we'd like to say our deepest condolences to you, Pinky Ado.
Yeah.
Please take solace in the Lord. He has taken. You know, it's a difficult time, but we are with you in our prayers and our thoughts. We know exactly what you're going through. So the management staff like to wish you, deepest, sympathy, and all of us here, our condolences to you as well. And please, this storm shall pass. It's going to be. You are not depressed. You will not be the last, but it's difficult to accept. But we want you to take something in the Lord this morning. You know, we'll continue with we'll open the lines to continue with the conversation. But let me say something here. And this goes to the President. Mr. President, upon your return to this country, we are urging you to have a clear focus on folks who are there at the IAA, the Internal Audit Agency. Ambassador, the investigation that we are carrying on, there are high level of corruption, discrepancy taking place at that identical integrity institution. That place is gradually falling short of the integrity that people talk about. Under the watch, too many mess in that building, and we'll have to clean it up these few days.
Sure.
You can't pay somebody as clean up, then you made a person auditor. You get payroll for the person because you want to do things. You just take anybody and put them in any position and get paid them hugely because you get your reward.
And they're in the business of hiring their family members.
They're in the business of hiring their family members. They will take driver and pay driver more than some of the professional people.
And that institution least is a spread of such in this kind of case. Because you are an integrity institution. You should be setting good examples.
Yes. Our investigation, reportedly, that place is filled with corrupt people. The Director General and his deputy, they ousted. They are the ones who reports are all into the public about the corruption activity. But just get ready for us tomorrow. Tomorrow, like people will get to know that people who should be auditing people are not people of integrity. The IAA, you're calling, I will tell you, I know. You honor the spotlight tomorrow.
And these are some of the
concerns. We undressed the bigger.
These are some of the concerns.
You're having
political party loyalists.
You get the other one, so you get the other one, so you put in the position, you do the other one.
They should be concerned.
We know people who have worked under that institution because they refuse to be in bed with some of you. So you get ready, yeah? Tomorrow, we'll serve you breakfast. And when the president comes, he will take action. We will clean this country. You can't be paying huge sum of money and still want steal.
Yeah. Those folks
the
who
reported corruption at the IAA will be under the spotlight.
Those folks too that they have placed a temporary ban on LRS, please make sure those folks should not leave this country. They should not step.
Some of you will be out of jobs just the few days.
Yeah,
some of you will be out of job anytime from now. And you will be fully prosecuted.
And these are the things that political party lawyers should be concerned about. Accountability.
And some of you people from some of them from the opposition political party, but when you go for them today, then the people who can't say that the party you attack. But the actions they are taking today, the RAA reportedly is filled with corrupt heads. And the people who want to do the good thing are the people you will say that you order yourself and you won't order other people. You do just what you want to do. But tomorrow you'll be under the spotlight. But we go back to the lines to talk about Liberia with the visit of the president there. So you see, we talk about security matters into our country for a long period of time. We are challenged. You go to zones and depots, you don't find cards, motorbikes easily assigned to some of the areas. You go to counties, some of the vehicles are down. How do our officers respond to crime scene to make an arrest? Our courts system, lack of sufficient funding, cases are delayed, prosecution are always, and you see our health. So when we see our leaders with such opportunity, we should be grateful and hopeful that they make the right kids.
Sure.
And tell the people, look, we don't have this, we need this. Can we partner? There are major pharmaceutical companies in the world that can come to Liberia. You start manufacturing drugs right here, exporting it back to America, to other part of Europe, to Guinea, Southern, Ivory Coast. People get employed. Agriculture. One sector that have been able to produce a lot of billionaires around the world.
Sure.
So we got vexed land, a soil that is rich. You can come and do a study and see what sort of agriculture you want to be investing. What do you want to be doing? Animal husbandry, You want to do rice production, cassava, whatsoever. We got the land for it. And that could create jobs, opportunity for a lot of Liberians. But you just sit because you see in opposition, you wish that nothing of such should happen.
Yeah.
And you will not be happy, you as individual, when you born your child, and it says here the child can walk, child can talk. But you pray for somebody, government not to succeed. But you pray for your child to walk and talk. There is unity in diversities. Let me tell you. You can unite on one front when it comes to national issue for the country. You say, no, they won't. Then we saw when Liberia were bidding for the non-permanent seat. With all of what opposition was saying, some of them got in to support Liberia because the seat is not for a particular person. The seat for Liberia. When you say, oh yeah, how many countries sitting on the Security Council in a non-permanent role? You say Liberia there. A founding member of the United Nations. We just get a non-permanent seat.
And other countries around are making a debut.
Mali there and all the other countries, then they have gone there. Then we were there from the foundation. The first black all held our hands together to put it on the ground. And we stayed in our small nations. Former president, we were started newly invited, the former president, some of his folks reported, listen, the president don't go to put the respect to you. They took politics and place it under the country name. At the end of the day, President Weah did give his support.
Sure.
Which we lauded him highly. And the process, that's why the the foreign minister and other folks, they admitted that he started the process. But in the middle of the water, You have some people who were only looking at it to be personal achievement for him and say, no, gee, just leave it. So if they government are not getting it, then when they're going to come back, then they go back to reinitiate the process to winning when winners they will tell you. Why everything in a country we have to do with politics?
Everything.
Everything will have to do with politics. People get all free rice, who play politics with the rice. They get all drugs, who play politics with drugs. They bring uniform for police, we sell it to police people. They bring uniform for immigration officers, we sell it to them. Everything in this country must be politics.
Yeah. Water.
And you don't even see anything better out of it. The next thing you hear somebody say, for the first time, I don't know, they can be shame when they're talking these things. I didn't know the deputy public minister said, coming out building oil bridges, and for the first time, he said, look, please get this thing done. Let's see it for the first time. Now, yeah.
We won't see it.
Like we was talking earlier on. Not because you wear your opposition political garment. The president that went from Liberia to America, he's not bringing money back right away. Oh. It's going to take time. Donald Trump, whatever commitment, his administration, is not law and gospel. There are channels. There are procedures. There are things that Liberia will have to meet as well. So don't think when they say, oh yeah, they get about 50 million. And our ministers and deputy ministers will start running to media press briefing. And because sometimes the way they can put the information out to the people, you just make it the money over there. The same thing I get the CDC hard time about the government gradually creeping in with. All the ministers now are spokespeople. All the ministers now are talk show hosts. Minister, director now. And they knew how they put a hand in. When you call them, they can't make clarity. They get time, but they get to their phone, they start doing forecasts.
Yeah.
But when something bad, the name mentioned in, that they say they won't respond to it. And I'll be embarrassing some of you because all the invitation we're giving people to sit and have interaction with the people that you are governing.
You must inform the people.
The day you hear your name and think that I will give you the opportunity to sit on a platform, you will go different area. And this is a caveat to everybody across the globe, including the president. Because we are arranging to have the president on the platform.
Yes, the point is returned.
We need to end some of these things. Opposition in no way that votes you being a Liberian. You don't even catalogs on the misstep of a government while you're in opposition. All your fight are personal fight. Oh, yes, man, you ride private jet. Yes, man, look at the car, man, feeling fine. It's not about, I visited Phoebe Hospital, I visited the current government hospital in Vonjima or in Lofa. I went to the government hospital in Buchanan. I went to CH Reni. I went to, they called all of these places. There was no drugs, no power supply, and we expect the government to use taxes collected for such purposes. No, that's not it.
What can we do to improve
the concern here is about, look at some of the things that we're discussing. Ambassador Va, I was shocked on my way to work yesterday. Listening to young men, elderly men in the car saying the real barrel of some of our foreign statements that the government undertook of recent, how they spent 17 to 20 million. I said, I look at the young man and say, he said, what? I said, you know how much is $1 million? But I also say, you know how much is 500,000? Hey, Bobby, I tell you, I said, no, don't bring street talk to me. Street talk, not for me. Don't call me Bobby. Ask me for my name. And the kids will run with this information. And they have a hatred. Because when the people gather, the young people, once they're in opposition, They take advantage of the illiteracy and poverty. They blow their minds to wrong information, disinformation, and falsehood. They give it to them. You got a lot of men standing before young people, lying to the young people, saying, if I hear President Baga in the way now, that he the president.
Because he won the election.
And failing to understand that you ran in a district, you are restricted to a particular area. And to get a vote, you started trusting people. And the president ran across the entire country with other candidates who are also competing with him for the presidency. Then he tell me, young people, you are going to, by this time, you are building company, they will be working on ABC and Junior
As a lawmaker.
But you lawmaker,
what have you done for the people?
show to the people, as a lawmaker, you the head of the district. Go abroad and bring investment. And you say employ people. The person say, yeah, our lawmaker, he use a lobbyistic skill, he was able to bring people to invest in the district. Today, young people or the people in the district, they are working.
And I guess the issues that we put it that he is not a way to China.
Then afterward, you say NPP, the way they treated you, you jump, you go to CMC. That way politician can never solve problems. The only thing they do, they run from one party to another. Run from one party to another. And the shameful part of it, that's why I say that politics so challenging. You representative, or you from one, or you senator from one other party, not from the ruling party. Then the failure, you want to take yourself out of it.
Yeah.
But you sitting in a position, you don't speak on it. Then tomorrow is there, but we told the people, what you say, what your record?
Forgetting to know that 3 coordinating branches of government failed the people at the moment.
Yeah. Take for instance, if you say, man, Ellen Johnson said they were corrupt, she failed the people. In that time, you had Senator Edwin Snow in that government. You had Thomas Fowler in that government. You had Elise Prince Johnson in that government. You had Joe Penner in that government. Samuel Koga. Oh, but one for call a name, we'll call a name. Melvin, the Melvin Cole man. He served in the previous government, he served in the last 7 years now. But there are people who will tell you the government failed. Yeah. You want to take yourself, what made liberal politics like this? We don't discuss issues.
They can change.
We go to personal things. Your president going and pray for the plane to crash. Your president say the plane did not crash, you pray that you must come back empty-handed. How did we get here? Are we children of a lesser God that we don't wish anything better for our country? Even when they say in opposition.
Even is it a war issue you put in, or one common goal for the country?
Yeah.
Because if the president isn't there, you are there, you're going to do the same thing.
Then the irony part of it, they will be telling you that when they come, what they want to do. Then somebody who's sitting in a position want to do that same thing and say, no, I'm against us, I'm against it. What kind of proposal? That's why I told somebody the other day, I post up to people naming the children after me because when they won't cause you now, they start in community, they can name you. They can name you after one late child. They put me on and say, Nathaniel, then when they get to talk something, they will cause the child. Why you sitting there then they tell you?
Now you.
No, I'm talking about being Nathaniel, small Nathaniel. You see? 178 years in the next couple of weeks, we are about to turn. The politics just been the same. Same old style. Same way of going in the era. the people who commit the crimes, and you go fight to defend them. But you talk about the roads are bad. You talk about the community flooded. You talk about people being corrupt. When the man in your party, he builds a house, you say the man house very far. The man in your party, he builds a house, he said, I won't wait. Where all rare? That defeated the main minister, that defeated the became representative, senator, you see the house the man I built. But it's because he's from your party, you're not even concerned. A lot of the political parties do not even just start the partisans or support people who are in position.
But there's the reason why they support defense. They raise defending the corrupt act. I even say they are the one who send
so the people deliberately will do this thing because you know they got reliance, they got defense, they got people who will come to protect them. Look, the people are studied like Liberian people, the level of poverty, they say, look, once the people are hungry, you get them hungry now, they will go protest for you. So I'm not afraid to take $1 or $2 million intended for the entire country or for a particular project. I will eat it. I got my man and the man will come outside. So the people will do it. He said, I mean, what yeah, we go in to the Kool shop over there. Like men, you see the men, they wish they can come down. The man, you see him now, the shoe, the soup they make him wear. Went to the man house. But when government said this man is alleged to be corrupt or involved in a corrupt activity, damn. And what tell them about the government say, man, I put it there. You see, they go after people. It's going after people. Why we can discuss national issues? You just allow politicians to take the personal feeling, the personal differences, and bring it and make it know that that's something we should be fighting among ourselves. We are not agitating why government cannot produce rights that we claim to have as our staple food. Why are we relying on people for our staple food? When we got the land, we got the soil, we're collecting taxes. These are national issues. Why are we having referral hospitals, short of beds, and logistics and all of these things? Why are our police officers are buying their own uniform when they are not to buy their own uniform? The first thing, they are underpaid and they're using the very money. Why our police officers are not giving all of the services and the morale, the boost? Our immigration officers, our military officers, our doctors and nurses, our teachers who are imparting knowledge. Why are they transporting themselves with little salary? These are critical national issues to discuss. You won't go stand to court to defend Samuel Toy. That Minister Toy, former Minister Toy, can't defend in America. He's on sanction. You're not helping him about it. Senator Magay, you're not helping him. The late Senator Dawei, whatever from the part of that all cluster, all he left worrying on, all you kind of thing, he died with. You don't know because you see the people in the street. When they go back home, they sit down, you know what they go through?
They don't sleep.
You know what they go through? Abache. Senator Abache. Councilor Van Sherman. You can forever Van Sherman, the man who were growing all the time, I wanted to go best lawyer all time. Nah. You put one charge on him or to defend one. These are the people you carry yourself for. They're not even willing to get sick for you, but you're willing to die for them. Funny set of people in this country. You won't be mad when you hear somebody have truth. Truth telling. Look at the young man. Kanye Babala, because he comes from the opposition. He speaks his mind and he speaks something of reality to the country. You got people who go and start insulting his dear parents, insulting him. Because since he's opposition, he's supposed to say anything. realize that this country owes us nothing and we owe this country
a lot.
Our behavior, our actions got Liberia where it is today. We turn good people into bad people in this country. We turn people to thieves overnight. Except you stand the ground. May ask for God divine favor on you. But the people can make turn other rogues in this country in split second. They made one man minister general, somebody beat them and message at the time you are very hawkwill. Who told you ever be us? I don't know what they, you know, you just get sometimes. See, the other man, yeah, you want to see? I can tell you, man, they 2 blessings though. The man got said, Chief, you know how many car? And what? But the father man are sitting in the keke coming, and this young man got into the keke. And they were discussing this issue of the restriction that are about to be put into place in right light, you know, controlling keke, motorbikes, you know, where to stop and all of these things. And this young man said, but he did not call the person's name. He said, but one of my friends, a big brother working in the Ministry of Mines, the assistant minister there, he said, I mean, there's 17 keke in the traffic. So when they say keke will not go anywhere, all of them will be affected too. You know, I saw that, and the guy said 17. Reportedly, he said 17 keke. That's why they have assistant minister of mines got in the traffic. So I just left it because I wanted to ask him, but the way the conversation, they were having the conversation, so I said, just listen, well, you see, we hate this country, and we love this country. We are proud to take pictures and be posting for the country. When they go take picture, departure to the airport. Most of the before you go there, they can make sure the position, then they are captured up there, departure. That means they go in now. How can you be praying for your country not to succeed? So even if you hate the man, you got your people up interior. You got people, Liberians, who deserve almost everything that we think we enjoy around here too in other parts of the country. Opposition are investing in other countries.
Yeah.
Like, bro, opposition means bring the next person down. Don't see anything good. Go and dream. Go and strategize how our government must feel. Well, I'll leave that with you this morning. But tomorrow, IAA, you'll be under the spotlight. You will not be an integrity institution and being involved into alleged corruption to that level. And we'll be calling names tomorrow. Me, I know some other say, you won't carry all the code, but I'm prepared to go to court. 0775-919-919. 0880-919-919 are the numbers you can call us on to be part of the conversation this morning. On this edition of the Morning Ride. You're live. Good morning. Yeah, go ahead.
I always say this. The primary factor of all these things happening, it will continue to happen. It is the weakness of our judicial system. Because they can't feel nothing, because they know the law is very weak. It is very weak. They are very lazy. These are fearless. The Supreme Court for the office today, the these people, what those take, because they feel at the end of the day, they will add the council, is going on 40. Senator still elected, meeting that indicates they put 2 million, they posted out for everything, what evidence do you need? They'll be delaying everything. Why Senator buying time the council at the end of the day? Just have to have you to the car in the past time. At the end of the day, you were here, no sufficient evidence. No sufficient evidence. That the team will die down the drain and we will go our phone to continue on it. So until we will hold our dream system about the democracy, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Please go ahead, you're live.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Morris calling from the community. You hear me?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the total discussion this morning. Yeah, for letting we the youth to know what is going on in our country. You see, sometimes I always tell my friends when they think, I'm a modest guy.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
The first person will please.
Hello? Yeah, I think he's been harmonized. I hope he can call back. You're live.
Yeah, good morning, brother. How are you doing?
Jusu, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the recognition. All these things are happening, brother, because of our justice system. Our justice system is kind of for local individual. They are stated in society. I think it's bad. The justice system not supposed to look at anybody. Your current sector, your past system, everything, they need to be spread. When you are wrong, you are wrong. If you're supposed to be punished, you should be punished. Because people go in with impunity, that's the reason why people does not care. Who told you when you're representative, you're not part of the government? Who told you when you are a senator, you're not part of the government? Who told you that? They put a minister appointed position from the president, that's the government right there. Only the executive? No. The government go to the judiciary. It went as far as the legislature and the executive. The president is only the head. But all of you participate, you're playing your quota. When the government go on the contrary, you people will denigrate you people. When the government go for the right, the glory will come to all of you and the citizen. What you think when you go outside, you probably say, and Liberian. When they bring you back, the people that people tell, how they call them? They all call them, say, Rota or Orobio. They say, we'll bring it Liberian back because they do X, Y, Z. You know?
Okay. Thank you. Let's talk to other colors. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Brooks, and good morning to Mr. Baha. This is the voice of Judas, and I'm from district number 6, resident this morning. I really appreciate you guys so much for the fascinating topic and being very bold for national issues. You know, I sat down quietly and listened to all the calls, the first calls, and I was somehow confused. Why we Liberians hold and Liberians will think negatively about Liberia? So, people wishing this president, people wishing this president will not succeed. As the Liberians, you ask yourself the questions. If there are opportunities that have been created by this president, will you not go for these opportunities? Definitely you will go for them. So what we supposed to do, or what we Liberians need to do, is to pray for every government that comes to power. Just a recent, when the Labour minister called for 1,000 young people, you saw the videos and see that one of young people that were fighting just to obtain phone, just to get phone from online to get told, only to get an NSA support on the table, something that they can keep on doing, at least at the end of the morning, you'll be able to get something for survivability. So if we have companies coming into this country, we'll have NGOs coming here to create opportunities, jobs, with all of us that have needs. All of the educated people that in this country, even those that are trying to acquire higher education, will they not get a job for their family sustainability? No. So what we expect from this president is nothing more but the best. And this president is doing all of the ultimate best to ensure that Liberia get on the map of being represented, because in the past we saw our country being delegated out there, only because those that were holding the
representation of our country. They were there blaming people. So today, under the regime of Joseph Dumabuakai, we are seeing tremendous transformation, more especially about our country dignity. And today, there is applause for us as Liberians. Out of 54 African leaders, Liberia have been appointed out of the fives. It's applause for us. So we need to be very patient and pray that the meetings that the president has gone to meet with the world number one leader, that it will be fruitful and will get benefits and Liberians and Liberia will move forward.
You live.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Fire Davis. I'm calling through from Wacom.
Go ahead, sir.
The two ambassadors, I want to take the time to tell you people thank you. And you people have said it all. This is what happening in this our country. Some people forget to know that we are in opposition, you are government in waiting. So stop to pray against the government, to pray against the country for it to fall. If the government do well, if the government construct all the roads, now it happens for the opposition to win. You're not going to think on road business.
Yeah, so now you make your work even more easier.
Yeah.
You come smooth sailing and you hit the ground running.
You come to focus on something else.
The government are in power for them to succeed. Then tomorrow, if you come, the job will be easy for you. But when you say that you fail, then you will start from all again. So I'm begging them for Liberia first. And I wish the president where they playing air, let God give me the wisdom, because to meet Donald Trump, they're not small thing. Other great countries willing to meet Donald Trump. Now, if your country is selected that they should meet Donald Trump, it's a plus for all.
They get to put around praying on the knees that Donald Trump will slap that woman. Yeah. The boy said, yeah, I'm tell her. It's slapping. Good morning. You're lying.
Good morning to my two great ambassadors.
Good morning, Pastor.
That's a Moses Zion.
I'm calling from the city of Neve here this morning. I want to take this time to thank you guys for all you continue to do for Liberia. Liberia policy how there's for everything now this day, because believe me, if we get here, it was Marabio and four other African leaders that were called by President Trump. But now you are here and all politics. And you say your president, I put that why is that no policy. We make politics out of that. Today again, you have been called, we still make politics out of it. Why can't we push Liberia? Why can't we push this one nation? Liberia is all we have. And we'll continue to pray for this nation. We will continue to pray that God will provide more wiki groups, more national power. And to speak truth for power. No matter who you are, let them speak truth to you. They will have 3 or 4 radio stations in the country that will tell everyone who come and message it. Remember now that we are moving from one level to another. But all of the stations only push one agenda. One I'm for you, only your case I should push. Yeah, now everybody, even the state radio station, and when they can push, even if the president does wrong, let them say it. May God continue to bless you guys now.
Thank you. Thank you this morning for being part of it. You know, this is what we have. We got to hold it. This is our little baby. This is our baby, like call Liberia. Good morning. Yeah, go ahead. Please be audible. So then go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for the program. One thing I always tell people is that Liberians know the government kind of giving us tough time, but we have our own problem also.
Yes.
One thing we don't have is consistency, and we lack of that what I call constructive jealousy. That's very much destructive when it comes to jealousy. And I mean, they're affecting us a lot, but until now we have not realized it. And I mean, when it comes to representatives and government officials, I don't think we should depend on those people for now, but we have to base our part of strength on our government. We oh, you know what? And just a little to my office. I will see how best to help you from machines I can give you to be able to elevate the business. I was in charge. I said, okay, I go to the office. And then I sitting there in the main office, they took my letter, they made my letter, everything, put it down. You know, I come my guest now. But guess what? Just to go find out and see one level, let me just go anytime and come, I'll come back. Coming on my way to come back, guess what I saw the message now? So I eat or see me, they thought, I'm not gonna be no sure.
Why are you waiting for him?
Interesting story.
I won't call it. I'm not calling him to you. Amen. For future, what I say, oh, what the guy.
No, just go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, that him. He know the story.
He know the story. He know you're talking to him.
So, you know, and I saw him sitting down there. So I wasn't ready to go friend with him. I got up for the KK. I walked towards him. I said, oh, no, why are you doing that? I think when he left me in the office, he said, yeah, you know, have some breakfast and this and that with a young girl there around me. So I was like, Honorable, what you are doing to our country is not good. He said, no, man. There's someone just left me now. No, don't continue with telling me yet.
Okay. Now the people there.
So I said, until we liberate our mind.
They protect the people, even when the people kill in and said they're ready to fight for the people.
Until we liberate our mind to work for our country, to know that we should give ourselves to our country, not what the country is going to do for us anymore, but what we're going to do for our country. This country will not move forward easily. And I hope that it moves forward because we're going to persist, we're going to keep pushing, we're going to keep on talking them until they make our country better. What kind of country you living in? You can be going to your own planet or your own house. One official, you ride a car, you park a car in the water and walk in the water, and they going up there, and you comfortable. You kind of was very fascinating one. I don't love politics that much, but to be honest,
I know how you feel, but you know, Liberians, you have to keep being resilient and be truthful to yourselves. Let me take our final caller this morning and call it a day. You're live. You're welcome, sir.
No, I do this for my country, the name is Moses. No, like you do things, who got one, the remain one. And the one got now is what implementation. All two of you have been crying, oh, Labrador can implementing. Now, our mentor have come to implementing, and you find the same people already standing there, they're going for it. You know, the Bible says, any part of your body, you have to call it off. It does not mean your physical skin. We all will get the wrong people among the good people. But this day, the wrong will never work on the good. It's not all the time the majority can win. There are times that the serial minority can win. And the serial minority will definitely change this country to the betterment for our youthful generation. You know, it's not lacking or it's law. Law for country. We don't have it. And if you just say something, bro, we don't have politics in that law. We have politics. Because politics is for the country, it's for the law, it's for the implementation. But politics is for individuals. Because most of our brothers, they lack of education, poverty surrounding the family. So you find somebody say, I will just go there, check on my people to survive.
Okay, my brother. Thank you this morning. Thank you so much. And many thanks to all of you who managed to get through the lines. And we say to all of you who've been watching from across the world, it was a pleasure having you on this Tuesday. And we'd like to say again our deepest condolences to you, Pinky Ado, of Kool. Take solace in the Lord, you and your family, friends and loved one. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. And let me say happy pre-birthday to you, Eunice Miller. And happy pre-birthday to you, Tracy of the Liberia National Police on fire specifically. And happy
Tracy's birthday today?
Tracy's birthday is the 12th.
Oh, okay.
And happy pre-birthday to you, Princess Salome Neil. You're going to be celebrating on the 11th. And I would like to wish you all of the best, little princess, as you prepare to celebrate your birthday. Okay, I'm Wiki Brooks.
And I'm Nathaniel. Before I go, let me say happy birthday to you, Samantha. You're celebrating your birthday today. Until then, I'm Nathaniel Farr.
And many thanks to the man Sakano who sat behind the camera this morning producing all of the videos and signs. We'll talk to you when we talk to you on tomorrow. Have a good day.
We have to follow the rules. That's all we are doing.
TB, are you intentional about this, or maybe it's just another what opposition or critics may say wish hunt in a public sense?
You follow what we did here today, and you have been following what we've been doing. I want to ask you the same question. Do you think we are intentional, or do you think this is just a showmanship?